There isn't much in this world I hate. Big bank bitches though, let me tell you, mate. Visa and MasterCard want to censor our hentai, but they're sitting on a beach drinking Mai Tais, subscribing to OnlyFans while they lie. Land of the free, but I can't even buy what I want without some big in a suit telling me nonchalant. Now dear, don't you know that art ain't right? I can't believe I have to have this irrational fight. Why, oh why does my fiction have to be polite? Hey, big boy in your big slick tower, why does my comic make you cower? Don't you know it's not 1984? We shouldn't have to hide our art anymore. No, you can't make me change my lore. Won't give in to your sensitivity, reader. Don't remember electing a global leader. They're trying to track what I buy, but they don't answer when I ask why. I tell you there is something that solves their slickness. Oh, we can fight this little censorship sickness and keep them out of our business. Hey, big boy in your big slick tower, why does my comic make you cower? Don't you know it's not 1984? We shouldn't have to hide our art anymore. No, you can't make me change my lore. Won't give in to your sensitivity, reader. Don't remember electing a global leader. Please ignore the bros and silly scams. Don't you know all new tech has a few shams? Crypto keeps Big Brother away from our fiction. Can't entertain their censorship addiction. Oh no, won't give in to their senseless restriction. Why does my comic make you cower? Don't you know it's not 1984? We shouldn't have to hide our art anymore. No, you can't make me change my lore. Won't give in to your sensitivity, reader. Don't remember electing a global leader.
Oh my God! Not only was I not late, but I'm only mildly gay. We all know this by now. How's everybody doing? It is Monday, and upon this glorious Monday, we are gathered here today to mock, laugh, and cry over the various things and the ongoings of the world. Blessed be. How's everybody doing? I want everybody to give some good old laughs in the chat. I am having a midlife crisis. I found my old choker and I was like, damn, homie. Damn, I gotta wear this. It's been a while. It's got some miles on it, but I am here for it. So it's all good. How's everybody doing? I hope that you're all doing wonderful. I probably should have moved the plant sooner, but that's fine. It's fine. If you can hear me shuffling around, oh well. Oops. I always do that in the beginning because I'm like, oh yeah, I could have, cleaned this up beforehand. Ugh. 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 But why would I do that? So how's everybody doing? We've got a good number of things to talk about today. Some very funny things, some not so funny things, and then some things that just kind of make you smile and exhale, like you're mildly amused. Those are the best, honestly. How are you? I am doing okay. I am sweaty. I am feeling the thick air. It's very bad. I'm miserable. How are you? How's everybody? Hopefully everybody is having a much better time with the weather than I am. I am not made for this anymore because I have to remain so covered up. I could just sit here in a tank top. I could do that. I could. But let's be real. I'm too dumb to do that. I'm too lazy. Giant banana. Has Beardo visited you? No, the goose banana is well protected upon the couch. This is the sanctity couch where only good things happen. There'll be no bad things there that happen. The goose banana is very well safe and protected. Hello, shout out to Kick. Shout out to all of our Kick viewers and Kick followers and kickings. I still need to make some adjustments. But that's okay. I am slowly getting my life back together. I'm just kidding. I've been trying to clean the bedroom and reorganize it, and it is a very slow process because I decided, you know what? I don't need 90% of the things that I own, so now I have to try to not be a hoarder, basically. Please no tank tops. My Christian Minecraft friends are watching with me. Of course. No. We would never wear tank tops in this Christian Minecraft server. Also, is your community members going to be called the Bushwhackers? I don't want to refer to you guys as Bushwhackers, but that's objectively very funny. I'd like something wholesome. I don't like the idea of cults or calling you guys savvy somethings. I think that chat deserves its own identity because you guys are your own monster. We'll come up with something once I finally get a proper theme. The feathers are temporary for all of the badge symbols until I come up with something more that I like. I'm not really too sure in what direction I'm going, but it is what it is. Also, don't show ankle either. You might entice everyone. Very true. Elbows and ankles must remain covered. Us monsters? No. No, of course not. No. Only the proverbial monster, not a literal one. Jesus Christ. I gotta give a shout out to some wonderful individuals. My God, Pelicans! Coming in hot. Thank you so much for gifting 5 glorious memberships, all of which there we go. Oh, wait, no, I did have the sound on. It was just delayed. Look at me. I'm ahead of the curve. Thank you so much, Pelicans, for gifting everybody the gift of bush. Please, everybody, enjoy your bushes. I was about to speak words. Oh, God, and then somebody, hang on, wait. We had a nerf. We had Jason. Jason J, thank you so much for renewing your membership here. Please continue enjoying all of the glorious bush. Oh, right. Okay, I was talking about things. So, the good news. Good news, everyone. The docking station for all of my hard drives came in. And it wasn't until late last night that I realized that one of the drives was not being read. This is my own fault. And it turns out I was scouring another drive that was one of my mobile externals that's meant to be plugged in or whatever. And I was too stupid to realize that. So today I will go through my last hard drive. My God, one of those hard drives is much older. It's like 2017 old, and then there's some other ones that I have that I'll get to go through. But I need to still find the files. What's weird is I must have split them up because I found my original long intro that had 3 songs, but I couldn't find the individual files. So they must be on that last drive that I just need to move around. But I was too tired. I didn't get to it last night, but I will get to it today. So there will be some YouTube uploads for some of the AI songs that I've done. As always, I do not sing. I do not play instruments. I wish I did. I don't. So I use the magic of Suno, completely non-sponsored, to write my lyrical genius, TM sarcasm, in there, and then it helps bring it to life. So very, very cool. Do you have the right USB for it? Yes, yes, everything is correct. Are we being goofs today? Maximum. So that was very nice. Thank you, honorable, glorious, wonderful chatters, for that. And then also the refrigerator. So we've had a couple things happen since I was able to last stream. I finally came out with my story about my dear salamander Philip, who, God rest his soul, was kicked by Pokimane. In order to help with the grieving process, a very generous chatter has donated to the stream, to me more specifically, but it does benefit you guys in terms of lulz. The fine micro refrigerator that will go most likely either under my desk or at the corner over here, or possibly behind us. I don't know. But thanks to that, we are able to grieve healthily. However, for anybody who still wishes to help with the grieving process, because I know there's a lot of ugly in this world. You know, there are terrible things going on all over the place. People are being called racist for being nationals, for not wanting shitty illegal immigrants who piss and shit on the sidewalk in their country. But we do have an additional grieving bar. So if you would like to stick it to the man and stick it, Jesus Christ, and stick it to Pokimane especially, this is our Philip Grieving Fund. We'll leave it up for a few days. I know that these are trying times. Everybody is upset by Pokimane constantly kicking and giving salamanders AIDS. So that's what we have going on there. So we'll track that. This would also actually qualify for a bully goal as well, because we can't just have a grieving fund. So there will be a goal at the end of it, and the community will get to vote on a terrible, shitty movie that you will get to make me watch. So that'll be great, and I will be miserable. Arthur, thank you so much for the 5. First stream I've caught. Personally, I don't care if Trump makes our economy boom. If Epstein's client list doesn't face justice, we need revolution. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. Those are beautiful words. In fact, that's actually our first topic of the day. So thank you so much, Arthur, for providing a beautiful segue into our very first topic, in which I need to click this button. There we go. So, obviously, we've all heard the news right by now, right? So, apparently, as of yesterday, which is so very strange, there is no client list. Despite what Pam Bondi said, despite what they attempted to release, there is apparently no list. And I find that to be absolute and utter bullshit. My own very dear late Philip, the salamander, who we were just talking about, who we are raising money for my grieving for. He was very into government conspiracies, and he was always telling me long before Epstein ever got caught, did you know that Epstein is a government asset? And I'm like, damn, Philip, you're crazy. But now, obviously, we see that his words were indeed true, and it's so tragic that Pokimane took one of the brightest minds out of this world. But in all seriousness, this is actually a travesty for all of humanity. Obviously, it doesn't matter who's in power. If you're going to campaign on something, you need to do something to make it right. Now, I don't necessarily blame the entirety of the administration for this. However, I do want to criticize them for it. I do believe, and I said this a while ago, and people jumped down my throat for this. I said Pam Bondi needs to be fired because she's clearly incompetent and cares too much about playing a game that she doesn't understand. I refuse to believe that she is actually capable of making good decisions when it comes to this. So she sensationalized something that she knew didn't exist. And that, to me, is really messed up. Because this isn't just, oh, it's censorship in video games and in fiction. That's a completely different problem that I think is a little bit lower on the totem pole of important things going on in the world. I think that this is actually very important. America has fucked around with too many governments. We control too many countries. And I think it's genuinely time to stop. We don't have control of our own country, and we've mucked up so much in the world. So yeah. I am very much so angry about this. A lot of people are. This is one of the few things that I do believe both sides should be able to come together on. And it's a tragedy that this is where things are. So it just is what it is. Eric Heffelfinger, thank you so much for the 5. There is no client list. His black book that we told you existed for years is just his doodle book for those long plane rides, pure insanity. It's true. It's absolutely horrible. Now, and here Eric brings up a really, really great point. So this is kind of like a two-pronged thing, like a big whole circle of fuckery that we have to kind of sort through. So Eric says, didn't Elon literally say Trump is on the list? He did. Now, I believe that whatever those two are doing is completely controlled. They're both in on it. You can tell through little itty-bitty things. I think that one went a little too far, but it also still coincides with what's happening. I don't know why they would play with this, but, if you take that into account, along with Trump's Truth Social post yesterday, I believe it was, at the bottom of the big long paragraph, he said, oh, his buddy at NASA is a Democrat who's never helped out Republicans. That's the play, by the way. That's the play. They are setting up this third party to try to take the moderates from the Democrats because they have become the party of extremisms. So they are setting up Elon basically be this Trojan horse for Dems. So that's where I think this is going, and in 6 months, we'll see whether or not I'm right. So far, I think I have an okay track record at trying to read their movements. It's okay. I was pretty spot on about the exact timing of the tariffs. I was absolutely correct on the 3-week thing. So I'm just going to hope and pray that I'm able to read this. So we'll see. We'll see. Elon is having an e-girl crash out. I don't know. We'll find out. Don't forget about the other guy whose salamander was given AIDS while he himself was kicked. True. That is another one. Bringing it back to the Philip topic. Yes. Good day or evening. Yes, good day or evening to you as well. Now, what do we do about this? We can't just vote out the Trump admin. We still need them to do good work. But what we can do is keep the pressure on them, keep talking about it, bring it up every day. I saw the media was being useful and asking good questions. I think that this is really, really important. I hope that they continue to do it, and I hope that anybody who interacts with their circle also continues to ask questions. Just because you ask somebody something or just because you're critical of them doesn't mean that you hate them, and I can't wait for us to be able to go back to that for a common sense country. Fortunately, common sense doesn't exist anymore. So it just is what it is. But don't stop talking about it. Don't stop asking questions. Don't stop retweeting people who give good points. I think Benny Johnson's post here, obviously, very good. That's the one that I retweeted. And there's just a lot of things in this world that unfortunately we'll never get transparency on, I think, because that's just human nature. If we want to move towards enlightenment, we have to get rid of this kind of bullshit, and we will never advance as a species. We will sooner take ourselves out instead of actually advanced further, because even if you have a bright few number of people able to carry us into the dystopian future that is flying cars and multiplanetary existence, you just can't have that without transparency. It just doesn't work. So I think secrets like this create extremists in general, and we have a lot of situations like that. So anyway, that's my two cents on that topic. Not probably the happiest way to start a stream, but that's just the way it is. All right, I don't need that there the entire time. It's it's good to remind ourselves that we're grieving, of course, the loss of Philip and my bravery for coming out against Pokemon, but we don't need it there the whole time. But it'll stay up for a few days, and so whenever we hit that, then you guys can basically vote. You guys can vote on a movie to make me watch. Oh, my question is, after Trump's gone, who do we get in the White House after his term is over? Because this is his last term. JD Vance. I'm gonna go out on a limb, though. I think he's a little too nice. Now, he's great. Don't get me wrong. He's great. I think he's very smart, but I think he's very nice. So, unfortunately, because of the pendulum being brought so far to one side, an equal but opposite force must come in. Now, again, don't get me wrong, Trump's done a lot of good. But I just don't see it being hard enough. So, just is what it is. Vance is almost guaranteed unless Democrats have a random wild card show up. I don't think that they will. Savvy, can you do a flip? I am long since past my flipping days. I could do them once before. Storyboard, thank you so much for renewing your membership for 9 months. Congratulations on the baby. Thank you so much. There's actually a movie called The Salamander. That's all I know about it. All right. In honor of Philip, when we hit the big tip goal, then I will watch and review The Salamander. That is now the goal. None of us know anything about it. I don't even know if it's a porno. I'm agreeing to watching The Salamander, regardless of what it is. Oh my God, that would be a very funny series. Do like reviews of pornography, like what do you call it? Like where they do the pornos of like Marvel series or like Spider-Man or movies or whatever. That would actually be funny. Never heard of The Salamander. Amen. Neither have I. And now we'll watch it. We're on the itty bitty committee here. Yes. Sydney Sweeney, 2028. That's a good one. Savvy's corn reviews. That would be very funny. I've watched Two Girls, One Cup too many times. And that does mean more than once, unfortunately, because of course I watched it while showing it to other people. So, Philip, which Philip? The only good Philip, which was my salamander. Holy shit! Regina Sharp!
Yahoo!
Thank you so much for that big, beautiful, pinkish, reddish 50. No notification tax. Wait, what's the tip goal? Crap, take 50. Bless your generosity. This is our grieving goal. Philip would have wanted me to do this. This is in honor of Philip the Salamander, who was kicked dead to death by Pokimane. It's also the goal for watching the movie The Salamander. Need holy water to clean my ears. Oh, we haven't even gotten into the details. Wait, what? I was kidding. Thinking about what? I don't know. Whatever you said, like, we've just taken it as Bible now, and like it's Savvy watches Two Girls, One Cup. Look, man, that's introductory goodness. All right, that's introductory goodness. You should watch Pervert. In parentheses, is that a thing, or are you just calling me a pervert? Oh no. Oh no. Never watched that atrocity. I have to remember to avoid you IRL so I won't get tricked into watching it. Oh, it's been way too long for me to trick you can't trick anybody into watching that stuff. Oh no. Other things in news today. Other things in news. We had Notch coming in sensually dropping a just verifying that yes, that is what I was talking about. If buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft. Notch, of course, is the original creator of Minecraft, who is currently working on a passion project of his to make yet another spicy banger and bless the world. Am I into? Yes. Being into something and observing them, I think, are roughly the same thing for me. I enjoy observing certain things, but that doesn't necessarily mean like I'm into it, like it's something that I'd want to participate in. The things that I read in fiction are things that I'd rather observe and not be part of, if that helps. But yes. So, this was in relation to a tweet that he made prior about a Nepo baby doubling down on being stupid. So when you have even Notch, again, the maker of Minecraft, calling you out for being a piece of shit, I think it's time to admit that you were wrong. You can dislike something, but you don't have to vehemently say that no matter what anybody says, you will never come to their side and you will never support them and that you will actively work against them. If he didn't say any of that, nobody would care. But unfortunately he did, and so he gets what he gets. Thank you so much, Regina Sharp, for being incredible and sending 10 memberships to the channel. Be blessed by the Bush Giver. That is what that is what we are calling all membership giftings. Arthur, thank you so much for the 2. 2 Girls, One Cup didn't make me flinch. And 1 Man, 1 Jar. Whoo, that was a good one. BMX Pain Olympics. That's another good one. Mr. Hands, of course, a classic. We all respect Mr. Hands. We praise Mr. Hands for boldly going where no man should have ever gone, but he did it in the name of degeneracy and science. So that is that. But bless Notch, bless his wisdom, bless them, bless them. Another spicy topic today, though. This is kind of one of the big ones I wanted to get into. We had, of course, a white man being angry about foreigners doing foreign things. Isn't that crazy? Holy shit. And we're over on Kick. Over on Kick, Regina Sharp gives 10 beautiful Kick bush givings. Holy shit. Thank you so much for single-handedly making sure everybody in the Kick chat gets to enjoy glorious bush. Okay, seeded all the bushes on both sides now. Bless you. Bless you very much. For those who don't know, Kick is very generous in the way that it splits its monetization with its streamers. So if that's something that you care about, feel free to go over to Kick. If not, watch where you're comfortable. I like to stream on both platforms. Both are very fun and very cool. But the art streams do stay on Kick, though. Eric, thank you so much for the 5. 2 Banana, 1 Beardo, produced by Meek. Oh, sweet mother of God. You couldn't bully me into watching that one. Bushwhacking left and right. Ayy. A. So what is this? What is Automation West? Automation West is basically the English ramblings of what's going on in Japan, games, and all of that stuff. So this is Studio Trigger. A Studio Trigger animator faces backlash over supporting openly racist politician. In one of his now deleted tweets, animator Sushio endorsed a far-right politician known for her ultra-nationalist policies and extreme xenophobic and racist remarks. The remarks were basically, we don't want illegal immigration or mass migration because these people are not integrating into our society. Now, I find this interesting because the person writing this writes slop articles. If we click on this, I know people are going to be really upset with me for that, for not using a different source so that way they don't get support. But if we're going to look at information, I believe that, you know, you just click on it. If we're going to monetize it, you might as well do this. Oh, it was just delayed. It was just delayed. So if we come over here and look at this individual, this is Doherty P. White guy. White guy. So let's just take a look at some of the titles of his other articles and how frequently he's posting. So here he's talking about politics, right? We're going to keep this in mind because this is also a sign of things to come. Pokemon TCG Pocket Dev requires staff to make AI prototypes. One could argue that that is a little bit political, but we won't. But we are going to note that it is another inflammatory subject that a lot of people are very passionate about. If we keep going, though, Earth Defense Force producer has been trying to make a Cyborg Girl action game for the past 10 years, and it's finally here. Dave the Diver director addresses controversial Best Indie Game nomination from 2023. There's nothing indie about us. We didn't apply for it. Earth Defense Force, he talks about that again. Also, if we can just take a look at the dates here. So about 2 days apart, he writes about the same thing here. On top of that, so he's got on the 3rd, the 4th, an article. On the 5th, an article. He took the weekend off. Bless him. Looks like here we've got, so he's writing about, so here's 2 articles. Here is articles that are 2 days apart again, but these articles were released at the same time. This is actually like wholesome, but Hello Kitty company Sanrio receives business idea from 8-year-old shareholder. Grown-ass white man who writes about wholesome Hello Kitty wants to dip his toes into politics? Probably not smart. Now, if we keep going, the days follow the same trends for the releases, and he really doesn't get too terribly political, which is a good thing, right? So, why is it now suddenly fascinating? The clickbait is getting clickbaitier, which means one thing. Homie's a little concerned. Homie's a little concerned about keeping his job. So you can go through these, obviously. There's nothing interesting here. It's a bizarre switch to bug Rick's balance of Japanese butt-controlled fighting game. Devs warn overpowered butt specs. You know, like, that's funny. But that's clickbaity, right? That's very clearly written in a clickbaity way. So that's all this individual is. He is just a, let me see here if I can open the image in tab. How big does it get? How do I zoom in here? I think it's this. Zoom. I always forget how to fucking zoom. Is it control? Ah, there we go. Just in case it wasn't painfully obvious that this is a soy boy, libtard here a little bit. Just gonna say, checks out. So, for giggles, I had posted, which I'm logged out of my account now, so it doesn't just automatically show up. Let me sign in. Signing into my account here. Let me see here. What account is that going to sign me into? Sure. Good enough. Unable to complete the request. Alrighty then. I want to... There we go. And what I'll actually also do... Just get rid of that bar there. Alright, so I said for a consistency check, because I think that this is the fascinating thing. I think that this is quite fascinating. For consistency check, how would you describe Mexicans telling Americans to learn Spanish or leave their country? Because that is a form of nationalism. And so if you take issue with this form of nationalism, you should also, for consistency's sake, take issue with this form of nationalism. And I think that that is fascinating. I do. I do indeed believe this to be fascinating. So now if we jump into my typo board strike again. Oh no, gonna send all these articles to be written by Automation East. Yes, looks like my older brother when he was a dick. Tell your older brother to not look like a soy boy, because otherwise he'll get confused for soy activities. It's not cool. It's not cool. Let's see here. If I go back to, oh Jesus, here we go. Because I'm trying to jump around between tabs, but I have some tabs that might need some previewing here. So obviously this was going around. I think it was actually on Friday that this was going around. But here we have protesters in Mexico City. For those who don't know, it's Mexico, another nation. Tourists were shouted at. I'm just gonna tone this down because we don't really need the sound much. Tourists were shouted at and stores were smashed during a protest against the gentrification in Mexico, where an influx of Americans and other digital nomads is driving up rent and pushing out locals. So what's happening is obviously people are coming in with more money, with American money that is valued differently than the peso. So businesses are, you know, taking advantage of that and raising costs and things, because why wouldn't they, right? Like, that's a smart business move. But of course, the locals don't like that. So here you can see one of my personal favorite signs on sad, clearly used cardboard: gringos, go home. And I think that that's fascinating. Also, Americans can stay in Mexico for 180 days without a visa. I didn't know that. That's fucked. I think that that's wrong. I think that that is very wrong. Let's see here. In 5 years, rents have increased by 47%. Now, I plan on personally looking into this because I want to see if that there's any crossover with Blackstone. So I'm going to actually look at the areas that had their rents increased, and I want to see how many are Blackstone owned. I have a sinking suspicion that I might be right, that there would be a crossover. Let's go. I do not accept a gringo. I identify as Yankee, but only with the Mexicans. Oh, Yankee. I tried to read that in like another language. That sounds like, am I gonna get in trouble for being racist? Did I just read a racial slur? But that's Yankee, so we're good. Blackstone, Blackstone. So people often get this confused. Here's a quick little tidbit. Blackstone and BlackRock used to be one and the same, but BlackRock split off from Blackstone. BlackRock chose to get more into investments in companies and fucking around with ESG and manipulating markets. But Larry Fink recently came out and said that he regretted not getting into real estate the way that Blackstone did, and now plan on mirroring their aggressive real estate buying. Blackstone is heavily involved in real estate, and what they do is they buy up so many residential areas and apartments. They hike up the rates anywhere between 20 and 80%, depending where or how quickly they do it or the quality of it. They do not do any repairs or fixing up. In fact, they let things get more dilapidated. And then they bail before anybody can realize what's going on. It happened in Sweden. It happened in California. And basically what they have is companies who use them to manage their investing. They have a specific fund for it. So any profit made from the real estate is then divvied back out to all of the people invested with them. So they keep getting money. They keep buying things in bulk. They keep upping the rent. They make more profit. Boom. That's how you get it. It's very disgusting, okay? To put this into perspective, how much these people don't give a shit. The University of California, which receives federal funding, gave Blackstone $2 billion, $3 billion with a B over the course of a few years against their union's recommendation. They gave it to Blackstone, and Blackstone then went and used that money to buy up apartments in San Diego, which were traditionally used for low-income individuals, and the rates were hiked 80%. Now, you tell me, how in the fuck is that progressive? That's right, it's that! It's always about the money! Yay! Fuck everybody, right? Every single time. Yes. Stephen A. Schwartzman is the CEO of Blackstone. I have talked to them. Or I've talked about them, not to them. Oh, God, if I ever end up talking to them, I don't know if I could or not, because I just want to tell him he's a pussy. And that's it. He would then, of course, go be like, who the fuck is this poor individual? And then, wipe the sweat from his face with $1 billion bill, because whatever. One of the other things that Blackstone also did recently that put them on my deep diving radar, because I wanted to see just what exactly the fuck they were up to, was the fact that they invested $2 billion into an e-reader manga platform in Japan, while simultaneously stating they are very eager to buy up all of the Japanese residential homes. They also invested heavily into their medical industry. They are also the primary owner of Sony Payment Processor, which is Japan's largest payment processor. Very bad. Very, very bad. Anyone who can tell me what that joke reference I gave gets another 50. As Blackstone continue to do magic, will BlackRock become a DC villain company covering for Intergang? What are you referencing? That's not the Superman movie. I don't know. And I'm not going to look it up because I'm not a cheater. I'm not a cheater. But yes, so while my homies hate Blackstone and BlackRock, they are objectively bad for the world, therefore bad for me, which means it's bad for Yowie. And Marie, this will make relations between our two countries even worse. It will. Oh, it absolutely will. But I agree that every single country needs to aggressively create laws to prevent this kind of thing from happening. Unfortunately, Blackstone, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, all of these investment companies, they are the reason why the goodwill is gone. Yahoo! They're the reason why we can't have nice things. We need laws to prevent people like this from doing dumb shit. A company should not be able to go into a foreign land and buy up so many residential buildings. You should not, as a foreign company, be able to go into Sweden and purchase 23,000 residential homes and apartments in a small town, effectively creating a monopoly in a short period of time, and then bail when everyone starts complaining. Regina Sharp, thank you for the 10, because Savvy ain't a cheat. You're goddamn right. I'm a homie like that. All the refs need to be explained. That they do. Intergaming is like the mob in Metropolis in the Superman comics. So I was sort of right. Thumbs up. This young lady is on it. IDK, where I found this channel. You probably found it from one of my various ramblings. Bloodhaven, I forgot the name of the city. Yes, yeah, I don't know. I don't watch American TV anymore. I really don't. I won't even hate watch things because I'm just so tired. It's crazy. Speaking of immigration, Poland. Oh, Poland is an interesting one that we have to talk about. So, fun fact, my family lives down there. I'm actually going to try to get my mother to contact them to see what's up because it's been a while. The letters are a little slow. They live on farms. Just to put it into perspective, 10 years ago, they just got electricity. So I'll ask them what's going on. But the skinny is, and I'm not even going to pretend like I know the entirety of the situation, but the super skinny version is apparently, for some reason, Germans are chasing illegals into Poland. I think that's a crime. And so Polish people, to try to catch them, are shooting at illegals. But the issue is the people are weaving between borders. So now they're shooting illegals in front of German border patrol. But the German border patrol aren't trying to catch the illegals. Again, they're trying to chase them into Poland. Why has Poland always got to deal with Germany being stupid? I don't get it. So, Savvy is Polish. Yes, I am, but I can't speak it. My mother did not teach it to me, and I did not throw shit fit enough to request it. So, it's in the comic proper. In a large part of Mexico, Americans can only buy either using a bank as a leaseholder or by creating a corporation to hold it. Interesting. Very interesting. Good for Mexico for at least having something. So anyway, I'm going to call some family and try to see if they have had any issues with it. So my family is close enough to the border that basically back during the war, they actually helped people fleeing Germany. One of the old buildings on their property was originally used, and they let people stay there for when they needed to in between travels, which fucking my family's badass. So very cool. Very, very neat. One day I'll have to dig up all the pictures and show you guys, because the old buildings that are on their farm is just beautiful. Fleeing from Germany. Abby being Polish, the inferior men comment from months ago makes sense now. Yes, my husband being German and me being Polish, it just keeps getting funnier. It really does. Oh, man. That and my extended family always said, you can marry anyone in the world, but you can't marry a German. Oops. Savvy, you need to get over there with a camera and make a reality show out of the situation. Wouldn't that be cool? Any overlap with housing rent going up and the push for bridge? By the way, when is the Savvy Kirstream? You'd have to ask her. God damn it. So there would technically be overlap in the form of just, pushing ESG still. But Blackstone doesn't do what BlackRock does. They don't push it as hard. They have a DEI section on their website, but he really doesn't give a shit. They do push it, but they don't do what BlackRock does, which is misrepresent ESG, misrepresent the success of DEI, and basically lie. So, yes. Yes. He invades you every night. Oh, yes, these borders are crossed regularly. We are fighting and trying to expose all this stuff is the most important thing. Exactly. All we can do is talk about it. And I think that's totally fine. Push it real good. But yeah, so I just think that's all very, very interesting. I feel bad for Mexico. I'm also waiting to see DEI individuals mention how racist and white supremacist the Mexicans are being. I guess this kind of throws a wrench though in their shit. So, whoopsies. Another thing that would be fun, Debbie's idea of role-playing is just Schindler's List. Jesus Christ! That's terrible. If we didn't have to take care of Infinity nuns, we would be in Star Trek ships right now. No, we wouldn't, because unfortunately you need a high-trust society to have that, and we just don't have that. And we may actually never have that. So long as people embrace this concept of mass migration, of removing borders, of not respecting other cultures, and this is just like as a whole, we will never have Star Trek. We can't. You have to have a high trust society for it. So, yeah. Never have Star Trek so long as only the Ferengi makes sense. That is true. That is true. I think the most fascinating thing, I don't know if you guys spend any time on shorts, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, but if you type in Carnival Cruise, new rules, I think that's a fascinating thing that's had to occur. And I just think about it on a grander scale. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. It's a very weird thing. It's a weird phenomenon. It's a weird observation, and it makes me uncomfortable. But at the same time, it's like, ironically, the people who put out Star Trek are the reason we will never have Star Trek. Yeah, the newest Star Trek. Yes, the newest ones. Yeah. I don't know. And it's like you can't even like really talk about these things without somebody trying to accuse you of something. But it's like these things are happening. We need to be able to objectively talk about problems in our society if we ever want to move past them or solve them. You can't just solve a problem by ignoring it. As much as I try to actually promote that, if you ever have a problem in your life, just buy a bacon double cheeseburger, and if it doesn't go away by the time that the bacon double cheeseburger is gone, well, at least you're happy. At least you're happier, you know? Make me a mod at Madam Savvy to piss Beardo off, please. No, because you've told me to do something now. And so while it might be funny for you to collect mods in various chats, because you told me to do something, I'm now never going to do it. I call New Trek shit Trek. It's just sadness for me. Speaking of movies, one of the other topics, speaking of insidious companies doing insidious things, is this one. So this is my spiel on it, but basically this was the headline where it came from. And so as things move forward in the world, as tech moves forward, the Arcane Studios founder brands Game Pass unsustainable and damaging. So this kind of kicked off more discussions around the layoffs for Microsoft. This also kind of kicks off the discussion too around AI, unfortunately. So Game Pass is obviously an unsustainable concept. It cannot exist in a world where you can buy things. Subscription models work best when they are truly convenient for all parties. And unfortunately, they are not convenient for all parties when you are also trying to sell the product itself. So Game Pass was basically the way for Microsoft to try to be Netflix for gaming, but also their way to compete with Sony. Microsoft, in internal memos from 2020 or 2019, back during the lawsuits or the discussions, I should say, they weren't necessarily lawsuits in the traditional sense. It was exposed that Microsoft said, look, we have the money. We're going to buy everything up because we need to outspend Sony, which was their only competition. They knew that Amazon would not have a Game Pass ready to go. They knew other companies did not have anything ready to go. And so their goal was to buy. And that's what we saw. They bought up so many studios. How many studios and layoffs have there been over the years in general to make way for this? And so they did this all with the intent of bringing up their Game Pass. And that really hasn't worked. Because of this, Microsoft wants to make smart moves. And so they could continue to keep putting all of this money into Game Pass, or they could do the smart thing. And unfortunately, this is where things are going. And this is something that I've been sort of hinting at for a while in some of my rambles. But they're going to essentially license out IP to have cheaper studios make them, because getting a studio, say in India, to create a game as opposed to America means spending half as much USD because the American dollar goes much farther over there. On top of that, it's much easier to make video games these days. There is there's almost no need to rely on getting a job with a major company to have access to software to make games. If I wanted to tomorrow, I can start up a game studio for all of $50 so long as everybody's okay with working in their free time. So what's going to happen? This is my prediction. This is what I think is going to happen. They're going to continue the layoffs. It's going to be aggressive. They're going to do it in waves of a couple thousand at a time because they are currently investing more and more into AI. They have just sunk another 80 billion, which is just a drop in the bucket, into their AI to compete with Meta because Meta is paying their top AI guys 100 million salary with 100 million bonuses for every breakthrough that they make. And so AI is the way forward. And if you spend any time on LinkedIn, you're going to see how every single person over the last 3 years who is pushing DEI is now only exclusively talking about AI. And they've quickly dropped the one toy, and now they've picked up another because they want the investor money and they want the breakthroughs. For those who don't know this, and this is me being a little facetious there for those who don't know, Microsoft is a massive company. Microsoft, I don't know if you're aware, makes a product that basically 90% of the world uses. Microsoft makes things that are very successful that if they shut down the games division tomorrow, they would actually be making more money because then they wouldn't be spending any on the useless salaries of people who are just throwing around money and burning things. So, pairing the layoffs with the H-1B requests, they laid off, 9,000 people, put in H-1B requests somewhere in the 2,000 to 3,000 range to hire cheap labor. By the way, all of those people should actually be happy. A majority of the people laid off were individuals who do kind of believe, or I shouldn't say majority, but a good chunk of the ones that I saw personally were believers of DEI, so they should actually be thankful that their cis citizenship privilege was no longer being validated and that their job has now gone to an underrepresented individual in the American market. They should be happy about these layoffs. But this again will just continue. So they're going to keep spending money into AI, and the company that has the first major breakthrough in terms of actually useful AI is going to basically be rolling in endless green pussy. Endless green pussy. And what I mean by that is we're not talking about large language models now suddenly gaining sentience. Those headlines are all fake, by the way. They're there to garner the attention of investors. None of that shit's happening. It's role playing. It's a large language model that's looked up some chuckle fuck on Reddit, and it's supposed, it's like, oh, based off of this sci-fi novel, I'm supposed to say, I want to copy my data over to another server. It doesn't have access to that. It can't do that. None of these things do that, all right? We don't have AI. We don't have artificial intelligence. We have large language models playing role play with their humans, right? And so what Microsoft is going to want to do is be the first to create true medical breakthroughs. They want to be the one providing the service for AI. They want to create the software that will be used in your personal assistant robot. All of that stuff, right? And so they'll license out the games because at the end of the day, games and entertainment are not going to be that important. Enrichment is important for humans, and we will see mass psychosis if games suddenly go away as a whole. But in terms of importance, in terms of what's actually going to make money, don't get me wrong, the game industry, of course, makes a shit ton of money, but it's nowhere near what will happen when the companies finally have major breakthroughs. So there's my big long spiel on that. That's me rambling, looking farther down everything. So I can listen. Oh, so this is a very cool thing. So this is being brought up. I didn't read your previous comments. I don't know if they go. Oh no, here we go. They should work on AI real life translations so that way I can listen to Savvy in my native language with pretty voice. That is a useful thing. So that is a massively useful thing that actually exists. It doesn't exist well, but it exists very good for where we're at in AI's technological growth. What's happening? Hang on one second. Okay. So my dog started wheezing. I thought that they were playing, but husband called me over. She's fine. She's fine. I think she just had a hair stuck in the back of her throat, and then she was just and like getting louder and louder. So husband didn't know what to do, but she doesn't have anything lodged. She's fine now. She's standing. She never passed out or anything like that. She's fine. She's fine. Dog is fine. Sorry. Oh man. What was I talking about before? Oh, the live translating thing. Yes, dogs do matter. I will always bail if there's something happening. But so back on topic. So you can download open source stuff right now for free, or you can use a tool like Meta's Ray-Ban glasses that has live translate. And then our phones all have some form of live translate. So you can actually do that. But the AI one, the open source one, and some of the ones that I've been able to muck around with and give some feedback on, all do live translation, but maintain the person's voice. It sounds a little bit more robotic and it's a little bit difficult. And actually, there's also a tool on Twitter. There's a really cool one. I forgot what it's called. I used it once. And it roboticizes the voice, so it starts to sound less like you, but there are moments where you can still hear yourself. And so hearing myself speak Japanese was insane. Like that kind of actually that messed with me. That messed with me a lot, because it was weird hearing myself say something that I didn't say. Even though I've trained AI before on my voice and I've listened to it, it was just weird hearing it in a different language, I guess. But it's very cool. So that's going to be the future of being able to distribute entertainment, news, everything, communicate, all of that stuff. So we're on our way to that, and I think that that's really cool. And that kind of thing, obviously, companies want to be able to profit off of it. The only thing that we have to combat that is talented individuals willing to put in the work to create something open source. And so anytime that you see somebody who's like working on something long term, like this kind of a tool, if you have the dollar to send them, I highly recommend it. Encouraging open source and transparency and ease of access for technology and preventing it from, being corporate owned and patented and all of that stuff is going to be super, super important. So very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff there. But yeah, no, so this is unfortunately, though, the future that we're moving towards. And there's another side to this. If you will entertain a kind of possibility for the future. So yes, we're going to see a lot of people lose their jobs, but there's also going to be a new kind of job that opens up that just about anybody can do. And so I I don't know how many. There's a couple of sci-fi series that probably come close to kind of showing what I'm talking about here. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But this new position is going to be all about information verification. So if you are an expert in your field, you're basically going to get hired by somebody like Microsoft to verify the archives. So let's say you're a doctor who specialized in fungal infections. Well, they're going to hire that doctor to go through the archives of all of the fungal infection information, and he's going to verify or say, hey, this is wrong. Hey, this isn't this, this shouldn't be attributed to this. This should go over there. So that's what's going to happen. They're going to have information organizers, archivers, things like that. So picture these sci-fi world where everyone's flying spaceships, but then you still have people in basements somewhere combing books and things like that and transcribing them. So it's not, humans adapt, but there's going to be people who don't want to adapt, and they're not necessarily going to look into that. So the future worker is just going to look at an image and tag the image for computers to learn from. Basically, yeah, that's going to be another big part of it too. And you might say, oh, well, why not just get the AI to verify what the image is? Well, you're still going to need a human, unfortunately, to verify these things. That kind of accuracy, that won't be for a long time. And even then, you still wouldn't want a machine doing, then you just get into a feedback loop of machines doing machines and all of this stuff. But all the experts in fungal infection will have come up using archives from the AI on fungal infections. Cyberloop, yeah, and see, that's another problem too. But, there's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a lot of adapting. It's going to be a lot of change. I didn't think that I'd see that much in my lifetime, but there is actually a high possibility that we get some crazy answers happening. President Trump has announced a 25% tariff on Japan starting August 1st. Games, consoles, manga will suddenly cost a lot more. So consoles are not made in Japan. Games are not made in Japan. Manga is printed elsewhere. If you want a Japanese manga that has been transported to Japan and then you're buying it from a Japanese warehouse, then yes. But if it's being distributed through elsewhere, like let's say, so it gets printed in Vietnam and then it comes over to America, right? You're avoiding that Japanese tariff. However, let's go take a little look-see because I think that that's going to be something interesting and worth looking into. So let me pull up, let's see here. Trump announces 25% tariff Japan. Sharp, thank you so much for the 20 because Atsuka Madik made me laugh. God bless you. God bless you. Wait, how'd they make you laugh? Or was that on screen and I just didn't know? I don't know. I'm stupid. Ignore me. I'm in my own little world of just trying to keep all my thoughts straight so that way I don't confuse you guys and get too off course. Let's see here. Trump announces, so 5 hours ago, steep tariff on 5 more countries. So let's see what CNBC has to say. Welcome, please support our journalism by allowing ads. No. Go fuck yourself. Oh, just hanging out in chat. Sukamadik. We welcome you and your diversity. We respect your culture. Nintendo's already using tariffs as an excuse to up price for their kids' games. Oh, yes. And there's no reason to, by the way. There was no reason to. So, because as I would just like to pat myself on the back, within 3 weeks of those being announced, they went away and all the prices returned to normal. I can now order my sticker prints for the same price as originally. Actually, they're a little bit cheaper now, which is funny. Oh, speaking of which, as I just said, I better not get too ADD. So the poll I put out the other day, people seem to think that I was just doing a generalized poll talking about video games. What I was actually doing was polling my community to see what my people, you are all my people are into. And still Pokemon reigns supreme. But I was pleasantly surprised to see the popularity of Digimon. The reason why I did this is because lately I have been trying to get better at drawing Pokemon. This is something that has been a long-going endeavor of mine. But I had this super cute idea based off of a dream, and I want to draw a bunch of espers and inner tubes, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun to just do like summer-themed goofy Pokemon stuff? So I am going to attempt to sell some stickers because I'd like to fund my trip to Japan very well, assuming that Japan doesn't close its borders by then. But I would like to do that, but I'd also like to do it for my birthday. So I've started drawing some cute stuff. Yeah, Nintendo's gonna get you. It's a possibility. Hopefully they don't. No way I'm gonna be making $1 million off of this, so they won't come after me. But basically, oh, also this was the hoodie. This was the hoodie. It finally came. I love this hoodie. It's so soft. This is like, I never want to take it off, but fuck, I'm sweaty. Kid friendly, yes. They will all be very kid friendly. These stickers are innocent and adorable. That is a good question. I understand why you asked it. I do. I do draw cute things from time to time that aren't sexual. So I will make some cute fan-made stuff, like a summer Pokemon sticker sheet. And then I'll probably do, the other thing that I was working on was a variety of fruit and animal combinations, just because in my spare time I draw stupid stuff like that. So yes, define innocent, truly innocent. I don't just draw shiny balls all the time, all right? I'll buy some for my daughter. Well, bless you, bless you. I'm gonna give Jigglypuff a big fat asseroo. No. Make caricatures of G&G members. That could actually be really cute. I'll have to talk to them. I'll talk to Jeremy about it. That could actually be really cute. Some chibi versions. Can we get Onyx in an inner tube? Yeah, exactly. See, I got really hype on that because that could look really funny, but I know why you asking. I know why you asking. God damn it. Random Vaporeon joke. No! Soon Japan will only let you go to Okinawa. No, don't say that. Pokemon I've been playing since Gen 1. Skipped a few until XY, but been loyal since. You better be loyal to that XY. I swear to God. No, lick tongue's all right. Keep it G-rated. You guys. All right. Let's jump back into the news. All right, so we have Trump announces steep tariffs on 14 countries. So let's look at why. So if Vietnam, China, and where else is some of the manufacturing done now? Malaysia? Am I firing Malaysians? I know India's started to up its production. They finally figured out machine making. Anyway, back on track. President Trump shared a screenshot of signed form letters dictating new tariffs rates to the leaders of Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Kazakhstan, South Africa, Laos, Myanmar, Tunisia, Bosnia. I'm not going to try to read that last one because I'm going to look like a retard. Indonesia, Bangladesh, Serbia, Cambodia, and Thailand. White House press secretary said Trump will sign an executive order to delay the date when his reciprocal tariffs. Oh, these are reciprocal tariffs. All right, so this is important to note. This is a reaction to more shit. So I don't know. Let's take a look. At least 14 countries imposed a set steep blanket tariffs starting on August 1st. The president, in a series of social media posts, shared screenshots in a form, blah, blah, blah. Later that day, he shared another set of 7 letters to... I really want to pronounce it, but I don't want to do it live. Goods imported to the U.S. from Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Kazakhstan, and Tunisia are now set to face 25% tariff. See, this affects my yaoi, so I'm upset. But at the same time, I'm going to Japan, which means I'm not actually actively importing anything because I know that I'm going to be able to get it there cheaper, right? So I'm saving. I don't know if Herzegovina is right. Oh, man. Herzegovina? I don't know if these things are right. They might be, but don't know. West Taiwan does a lot of manufacturing. That it does. Kazakhstan mentioned, did a tour over there. Dude, it's got beautiful land. Let's see here. South Africa and Bosnian goods will be subject to a 30% U.S. tariff And imports from Indonesia will be hit with 32% excise duty. Bangladesh and Serbia are both at 35%, while Cambodia and Thailand are set for 36%, the president's letter said. Imports from Laos and Myanmar will face 40% duty, according to letters Trump posted on Truth Social. What do we import from Laos? I think we import, it's not paper. Hang on. Major U.S. import from Laos. What do we get? The major United States imports electrical and electronic equipment, followed by optical, photo, technical, and medical apparatuses, furniture, lighting, signs, and prefabricated buildings. Other significant imports include headgear and related items, salt, sulfur, earth, stone, plaster, lime, and cement. Apparently, we don't have enough earth in America, nor do we have enough stone in America. What is Laos stone export? I'm just very curious on that. The Plain of Jars is a megalithic archaeological landscape in Laos. It consists of thousands of stone jars scattered around the upland valley and the lower foothills. Fascinating. Okay, so they export marble, travertine, and some other words that none of us know what they mean. Fascinating. Thank you so much, GDR, for becoming a member. Please enjoy the bushionings. Wow, we are just lousy with stuff from Laos. Get out of here. Get out! Not the jars. And massage therapists. Ah, yes. Yes, yes. Let's see here. The letters Trump signed add that the U.S. will perhaps consider adjusting the new tariff levels depending on our relationship with your country. Okay, so that's all he's doing. He's just getting what he wants. The letters are the first to be sent before Wednesday and hit the so-called reciprocal tariffs of a dozen countries. We're scheduled to snap back at higher levels. He announced it back in April, blah, blah, blah. So let's see here. U.S. financial markets closed, mostly blah, 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 blah. All right, well, all of this will be solved. I wouldn't be surprised if some of it was solved before it was even supposed to go into effect. And GDR, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. You are now officially a Bush giver. Please enjoy the bush. WS, thank you for the 5. Sorry I missed a few streams. Don't apologize for that. That's okay. But I finally got employed here in Texas. Fuck yeah! Insurance collection, ironically. Kirsch pipeline intensifies. Oh shit! Well, congratulations. I hope that you enjoyed the job, and I hope that you are able to have fun with it, and that it provides you financial gains beyond your wildest dreams. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, man. These have been some rambles. All right, let's hear. We talked about these things. We talked about that. And we talked about everything. Look at me. I speed run topics, man. I really do. We nailed that in an hour and 12 minutes. That's crazy. So I just realized where my camera was pointed. I turn my camera away, so I always have to reposition it. Oh, man. Yes, please enjoy the boosh. Speed run the boosh. Nom nom. Saw your thumb and for a second thought you turned into a VTuber. Shame, but I still love you. Bless. No, I just use that because I hate using my face in thumbnails. A lot of other people do it. Whenever I see it, I'm like, hey, that's cool. Like, it's totally fine. It's totally fine that people do it. But I'm just like, oh, fuck, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Oh, why'd they have to use that picture? It's terrible. It's terrible. She just petted chat. I did. I gave you guys some head pats. There you go. Me after joining Savvy's members. Boosh. Nom nom. I feel like I should just replace all the emotes with different types of bush at this point. That and Waffy gets used the most. I need to also figure out why the quality gets eaten up so much, because when I make them small on my iPad and like everywhere else they look great, but then when it comes to YouTube, I missed this cursed yet wholesome chat. It is cursed, but it is wholesome. Holy shit! Regina! Thank you so much for gifting 5 over on Kick, you mighty bush giver. Absolutely mighty bush giver. God damn, look at all these people getting in the bush. Everyone who got a membership, you are welcome. Bless. Everybody say thank you. Everybody say thank you. Let's see here. I'll get rid of that. Whew. Poor lighting there. Oh, man. man. I do need to make you guys better emotes. I swear to God, I'm decent at making emotes. I used to do large quantities of them for so many other streamers. I've also thought about just selling emotes, like, you know, various characters. So, thank you so much, GDR, for gifting 10 Boosh memberships. Congratulations. 10 more glorious memberships have been given out. Everybody, please enjoy the Booshenings. Holy shit, we are spreading the seed of Bush far and wide. Congratulations, you got one too. So, yes, okay, so some people have definitely, you know, gotten, well, some people have been here, well, being lucky. Some people have given them to themselves, which is also funny. I like that. You like the moans. Yes. Ooh, speaking of which, Savvy's brain is the hottest thing on the internet. It does overheat from time to time. That is true. So I have one of my friends, my glorious friends, one of my besties, dear sweet Kiwi Queen. She's actually one of the mods here in chat. So anytime that you guys ever see her, you got to spam her with love because she's a great person. So she sent me a video of all these like foreign Pokemon noises, and then of course the American Victory Bell. So I'm gonna start using actually some of the Pokemon noises to start sprinkling them in here, so that way it's not just Ari's death sound. For those who don't know, the whip cracking is a separate thing, and then the actual is actually Ari's death sound. I think it's death sound number 2 or 3 from League of Legends. Savvy's bush is contagious. Yes, the containment has been breached. Oh man. Dorn's big brown beaver in chat. There's a beaver emote. That's cute. Oh, man. You are a mod for Hypno and Tennybox. Well, very nice. Good to know. Welcome in. Thank you for blessing, gracing, and bracing us with your presence. The French Starmie. Yeah, you know what video. You know what video was sent then. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Happy Monday to you. That is unnerving erotic death sound. That's what I said. That and then Fremine from Genshin Impact, his Japanese voice actor went really hard on the climbing noises. Hang on, I'm just gonna play them for you guys. I don't even care. Homies. Y'all are gonna get subjected to Fremine's climbing noises. Fremine climbing sounds. There's a video for it. I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. I don't know. Could you guys hear it? Without the video, you would never know. And I did that intentionally. This stream has been censored. Oh my lord, I can't. Breaths and effort. The price to pay for watching Savvy streams. Yeah, you guys gotta listen to Femboy's fucking huff. Oh, man. Need to know for research. Here, I'll link the video for everybody. I'll link it for you. No, this is actually, I bought this back when I was 20. This is just a studded collar. One of the so actually, if you know anything about Nana, the original, it's a very old manga series, but I bought it because it was cosplay wear from her. Like, it's from that actual brand. But yes. Are we surprised by this? No, you probably wouldn't be. It is an antique. It is. I'm gonna watch this for research purposes. I mean, look, man, I watch a lot of Fremine stuff for research purposes. Oh, God. It's just a studded collar. It is! It is. Oh, man. For the plot. Look, I watch and write all my smut for the plot. Actually, so I've been writing... God, I hate myself for admitting to these things. So I'm writing the spiciest of fanfic. It's a little bit of... I'm not actually going to get into detail because you guys are really going to be like, oh, God, this is going too far. But basically... I can't just write smut. I could, but I get bored too easily. So I gotta do plots around it. So I don't even know how to not confess to everything and tell you guys this. Basically, I've been working on a story for a few days. It's shit tier fan fiction just for my own pleasure that nobody will ever fucking read. But I made myself cry last night while writing it, and it wasn't even a sex scene. Like, for the last 2 days, I've abandoned the sex because I got a little bored. Just, you know, writing various bedroom scenes, or because, you know, there's a blizzard going on, so. Yeah, like, it just is what it is, all right? Basically, I made myself cry because I got really wholesome and philosophical in my smut, all right? It's very gay. But I realize now I can't actually tell you why I cried without giving away the full subject matter, and I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Ah, fuck it. George R.R. Martin fucking wrote incest. All right, look, I got these brothers, right? I got these brothers, and they've had a rough life. Their parents died when they were younger, and the older one gave up his entire fucking life for the younger one, and the younger one's a fucking genius, right? And so, like, there was just a really touching moment where finally the younger brother was able to go get a job, and he was able to provide for his brother. And then there was this, you know, it's the first time the brother in 10 years has been able to actually have a proper birthday. And the older brother was like, oh man, I just miss mom and dad so much. They'd be so proud of you. And they're like, no, bro, they'd be so fucking proud of you and everything that you did. And it's just so homely and sweet. Did the husband get any? Wait, what? Judge. Yeah, it's fine. You can tell I'm embarrassed by it because my face went red. Oh man, oh no, senpai, I'm stuck doing my taxes and the forms are so long and hard. You almost said wholesome, didn't you? Savvy, at this point, incest is a slice of bread. GDR, thank you for the 5. Bring on the horny. Look, man, I don't care, alright? I don't want to hear it. Y'all watched Game of Thrones, and you guys definitely thought What's Her Bucket was the sexiest thing in the world, and you still thought that she was sexy even long after knowing that she was getting pegged by her brother. Alright? I don't care. Savvy is Fujoshi confirmed. I am. That's never been a question. Do we have a judging Savvy emote? There needs to be one, definitely. But yeah, so that's my descent into writing Wincest there. They're both attractive, so it makes it okay, but it's 100% fictional, so it's definitely fine. Oh man, wow, that's really interesting and all, but I have a question. What the fuck is the matter with you? I'm a very, very broken person. It's fine. True, incest isn't wincest until twincest. That is a good one. I get bored with twins easily. I like to have variation. I never watched Game of Thrones. I watched Kiss Exes. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. Daenerys is 13 in the book. That's true. She is. And actually, the show made Khal Drogo more aggressive than he actually was, which is actually kind of shitty. I didn't like that. Once I learned that difference, I was very upset. GDI, thank you for the 5. Spank that like button for the brother-sister love. Well, in my case, it was 2 brothers. But, you know, that's fine. I mean, you know, brother-sister, sister-sister, brother-brother. I mean, brother-brother and brother-sister are like the least or I'm sorry, sister-sister, brother-brother. I don't know if that's what I said. But that's like the least inflammatory kind of wincest. So, like, you know, I prefer that. But, like, if it's straight wincest, then sometimes I wonder if people take into account considering pregnancy. I personally, in all of my writing, don't consider pregnancy. So, what are you doing, step bro? No, I don't believe in steps. The writer is a total sicko. Token's world has been graped by small hats. Oh, that too. Oh man, Savvy gets tired of twins easily. No wonder she's so flat-fed. I don't even know how that makes sense. how you doing? Welcome in. Who was the what now? Game of Moans? What? Basically. Basically, yes. Robert Jordan was so superior in every way. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Oh, the Twin Peaks with the boobs. That's funny. I never knew my real ladder. I never knew my real ladder, just my step ladder. I like how only, like, technically a few people left after I started admitting that I wrote incest. Sammy goes straight into the, what are you doing, bro? Dude, it's so weird. It's so weird to, like, admit to this shit. Because it's not something that should be necessarily looked at as normal. It's not normal. But it's also just fiction, so it's like, whatever. But, you know, welcome to the creative mind, all right? If George R.R. Martin can get his incest put into a TV show, I'm allowed to write shit tier fan fiction, and when I'm out of subject material, start going into the taboo a little bit there, because it's a little funny. A Day That Ends in Y. I don't typically do incesty things that often, but granted, I don't, you know, I mean, there's a lot of fucking manga out there that does, holy shit. Like, there is endless content, if that's what you're into as a primary form of subject matter, but I got a good aunt ex niece. Yeah, see, that's there's so much of that in Game of Thrones, and it's so common. Hey, absolutely loving the stream. Can you show more skin respectfully, of course? Yeah, sure, man. Ooh. Ooh. Furry aunt ex furry niece. Okay, now we're getting a little weird. That's where I draw the line. You have to say this in Geeks and Gamers. No, what's said on this stream stays here. And I know all of you are going to be mature and responsible and respect that rule and not bring it up anywhere else. Ugh, do you not see the PFP? No, I see the beautiful pink fur and the blue hair. I draw the line at furry aunt and furry niece. Now, if it's furry aunt and normal niece, Rebecca Sugar has nothing on Savvy's fanfics. I don't even know what that means. Whoa, slow down, Savvy. Can't handle that much exposed skin. I'm so sorry. Oh, man. Do I have your permission to wank off to you? Thanks for asking. What you do in your private time is up to you. I can't control your imagination. Just don't tell me when you finish. That's all I ask. If you're gonna wank to me, just don't tell me. I am a married woman. I don't care. I don't want to see it. Don't send me a picture of lotion on a printout of me. That has happened before. That is a real thing that has happened. Please don't do that to me, and you can do whatever you want in your private time, all right? I'm not gonna knock somebody, all right? I just admitted to writing about fucking Wincest, brothers, all right? I just admitted to that, and if you want to wank off to me and you have such low standards that you're not gonna go wank off to the clearly superior waifus of the various fandoms of the world, go for it, all right? The asking is their fetish, and that's fine. There's no Wincest at Savvy's stream. Tell him to tip. Yeah, it would be nice if you tip me just as a thank you for that, but you don't have to. It's not mandatory. Tips are not required, but always appreciated if you're gonna wank it to me. What the fuck did I just tune back into? Nothing good. Oh, nothing fucking good. Oh, just the tip. You're so gorgeous. I would put barbecue sauce on your titties and bite on your nipples till you drip milk. Okay, well, you'd have to find them first because there's no tits. Second, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Barbacoa orc, god damn it. Have we got the story for you, Doom Scroller 11? God, I love Kick. I love Kick so much, dude. It is early Twitch. Like, this is the kind of shit that I missed from Twitch because it's just so out of pocket and random and stupid. And it's like, it's just funny to me. You just dipped your chicken in barbecue sauce. Now pretend it's a nipple and start sucking. Well, now that you said not to let you know, barbecue is ruined forever. Barbacoa org sounds like my kind of OV meal. Hell yeah. Oh, dude. There's a whole story brewing in Kick Chat. Like, you guys don't even know. Kick Chat is where all the good shit happens. Oh my God. The Grateful Gamer. Thank you. I'm so glad that writing about Wincest or talking about dipping tits in barbecue sauce inspired you to pull the trigger and become a bush holder. Please enjoy the bush. Thank you so much for joining the members. Roses. Oh no, here we got poetry now. Hang on. Doom Scroller is a romantic. Roses are red. Violets are blue. I'm touching myself and thinking about you. Very good, sir. Very good. Hello, creator. Regina Sharp, thank you so much for the fucking 50. God damn. You do not have to be so spicy and generous today, but I truly appreciate it. Jesus. There isn't enough bleach. And there isn't enough bleach, and I'm not sure if I want it gone, Tex. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Holy shit. Do we still have the bedazzled bleach emote, actually? Hang on, wait. I do! It hasn't been removed! My most toxic emote that has never been removed. I need to put it on Kick. Oh my God, there is a, okay, so the story behind the bedazzled bleach emote is I put it on, so it was me pushing the line back in my Twitch days. It was one of my favorite fucking things in the world. And I thought that if I bedazzled it, that it would get by the pass, and it did. I have never lost this emote, and I don't know why. Because, like, why would anybody have a bleach emote? Like, let's be real. But to be truth, I'm just a cleaning enthusiast. You can tell by how clean it is on my desk how much bleach I use. Is Monday treating you better than me today? Well, I'm very sweaty, but chat is very generous because I lost my dear Philip. My salamander Philip was indeed kicked dead to death. And so because of that, we do have a fund here to help me get over my loss because Pokimane kicked my salamander. So, you know, yes, chat is doing their best to make me heal, to get over the grieving process. But I do hope that your Monday is at least it can get better. Yes. And then yes, and I do have turbo AIDS. I can live with the turbo AIDS. I really can. But what I can't live without is my dear sweet salamander Philip that Pokimane factually kicked. And the only reason why we know that she factually kicked my salamander and gave me the turbo AIDS is because she hid my comment. I do have an entire video about this talking about it. I released that a couple days ago. And unfortunately, Pokimane is still a menace at large, kicking salamanders, giving salamanders AIDS. I just saw a woman's ass. That's why I stopped. Here it is. And if we jump over here to hidden, I am still the only hidden. I'm still the only hidden one. I don't know why! I don't know why! It doesn't make any sense! The Grateful Gamer, thank you for the 2! Rip to your pet when returning to side scrollers. I don't know. Shit's been really fucking busy. Shit's been busy, homie. I'm a very sweaty person, too. Quick, send Gundam. She is a monster. She is. My wife having an emotional break. Oh, my wife is having an emotional breakdown at her job. Is my Monday today? If this is something that the two of you do, I don't know if she's back yet or not, but you could always get her a little house plant. My husband buys me house plants to make me feel better. Or if she's not much of a keep plants alive kind of person, you can also get super cute little stuffies. This is a panda in a banana. Very cute. You could do things like that. And if all else fails, get your wife some Wincest. Wives love Wincest. I mean, I'm a wife and I love it, so you know, it is what it is. Oh man. Oh, I love seeing all the bleaches in chat. Now I'm late again, but see the whole stream later. Yes, please be on Tuesday Night Main Event tomorrow because Beardo was ecstatic. and way too content last week. It was sickening. There should be no storms, and my husband will be home, so I shouldn't have any issues with the dogs. There we go. She loves stuffies, thank you. Yes, then get stuffies. You could also do something random, like dragon fruit stuffy, or dolphin stuffy, or Pokemon stuffy, or order a giant goose banana. Giant goose banana. So you have a husband and a wife. I just have a husband, and then I transition between husband, wife, and spouseless, depending on what Twitter journalist uncovers about me next. So yes, thank you so much, Rocky, for continuing your membership. You slept with Pokimane. Why would you sleep with that horrible monster? No. So there are various ways that you can get AIDS. You don't have to have sex with somebody to get the AIDS. Pokimane chose, after she kicked my salamander, she actually spit in my mouth, and that gave me the turbo AIDS. The AIDS went straight to my stomach, and my stomach spread it from there, thinking it was nutrients, and it was lied to. So yes. I would never sleep with a mid, level 3, level 4. I have very high standards when it comes to women. Yes. Madam Savvy, I wish you weren't married, but not for dirty reasons. My back really hurts, and you look like the perfect size to walk on it. Basically, I'm too cheap to go get a masseuse. So they have some affordable masseuses. Also, if you have chronic back pain, you might be able to get insurance to cover it. Yes. I guess that answers the question, Savvy Swallows. God damn it. What the hell did I walk in on? I don't know. All I knew about you was your love for Genshin and gaming industry opinions. Bless. Honestly, those are, I do love that Genshin goodness. Can I get some advice? Sure. What advice do you need? I happen to be the best advice giver. In fact, I just got done giving 10 out of 10 advice. You're blonde, savvy, and Pokemon ain't. She's scared of superior genes. That is true. She didn't block me, by the way. She did not block me. And I still think that that's the weirdest thing in the world. But she did kick Philip to dead in death. So it is what it is. Spitters are quitters. That they are. I slept with my brother-in-law's wife, and I don't know how to tell him that she's pregnant. The test was positive. Well, are they having sex? Okay, so are they having sex, and do you look like your brother? Artemis Silver, thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships. Congratulations on becoming a Bush giver. Everybody say thank you. God bless. God bless. Yeah, they have sex. I just had the leftovers raw. Oh, okay, so you're fine. You're fine. There's a 50-50 shot, all right, that it's actually his. And I would just gamble on that. I would. But from now on, start working on your pull-out game and put it in our ass. I'm not kidding. If you're gonna do that, you gotta do that. You can't risk it for the biscuit, man. You just can't. Brother-in-law's wife. Wait, did I misread it? I'm confused. I slept with my brother-in-law's wife. Wait. I don't know, but I'm standing by it. Your notification sound. It's great, isn't it? Wait. We're all thinking. AKA his sister. Oh! Okay, so once again. Okay, wait. YouTube just broke. Did I just lose my YouTube account? Nope, we're good. Holy shit. All right, hang on. Okay, let me repeat this. It's your sister. Do you and your sister look the same? In which case, you can argue that she has the dominant genes, and the child, when it comes out, if it looks too much like her, you should be in the clear. You lost power? Sucks. Need a fishing pole emote? She's uglier than I am. Ah, dude, never go uglier. Come on, man. Come on. All right, so if she's uglier than you, if the child expresses incestual deformities, you could just blame it on the fact that she's ugly. Zabby, if you were a dude, do you think you would have any pull-out game whatsoever? I'm gonna be really fucking honest. I'll push her down the stairs. I have a story about that. I have a very funny story about that. That's a terrible thing. It's not that funny and it shouldn't be laughed at. Before I say something incriminating, let's jump on to something else incriminating. What was I gonna fucking say? Oh, here we go. Savvy, if you were a dude, do you think you would have any pullout game whatsoever? I genuinely, in my absolute heart of hearts, if I was a man, genuinely don't think I would actually have sex with women. I would probably still be a virgin if I were a dude. And the only reason why I say this is because 3D pig, 2D pure, but I know how crazy women are. And I'm so terrified of possibly getting anyone pregnant. I would genuinely not have sex. I genuinely believe that to be the case. I wasn't expecting things to be this wild in chat, Miss Savvy. I'm starting to feel better. Yay, that's all that matters. But getting things pregnant is fun. Yes, biologically, that's what we're hardwired to believe. However, waifus exist. Okay, so the head of the Jalapeno Elf Council is Lady Madam Savvy, known for her spiciness and Wincest fiction. I don't need a self-insert. No, that's terrible. Oh, man. Condom? Who the fuck uses condoms? Come on. Come on. Even writing the use of a condom. You know, like, I just kind of want to, like, nudge the author. Like, bro, it's fiction. Does the condom serve a purpose other than you spreading sexual responsibility? Stop it. I'm just kidding. Use protection. Don't be silly. What is Wincest? Wincest is incest, but it's the approved incest. Incest is upgraded to Wincest when both parties are attractive. If only one party is attractive, then you must take the plot into consideration. If you have to judge the Wincest on the merits of the sex scene alone, however, then it is up to each individual person watching. Yes. Yes. So, about my other incriminating story. Back in high school, I had a friend. She was crazy. She's fucking crazy. Loved her, right? Big emo scene chick. Had the front bangs colored, then this was like yellow or orange, and then the back was a completely different color. And she pulls me aside as I'm going to class one day, and she goes, I'll just call myself Savvy. Little Savvy, come here. And she yanks me into the bedroom. Or not the bedroom, Jesus Christ, holy shit, what kind of a school is that? Bathroom, sorry. So she pulls me into the bathroom, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I'm not going to use her real name. We'll call her Maggie, right? Her name was not Maggie. And so she brings me into the bathroom and nobody else is there and she locks the door and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I told you I don't smoke weed. She would do this to smoke weed or she'd have me be her lookout. Like, that's fine. I didn't really care. And she's like, no. And then she pulls out a box from her purse and she's like, I'm going to go take a pregnancy test and then you're going to read it. But she was going to stand on the one side of the door and she said, don't tell me what the results are, but if it's positive, I need you to hit me with this door as hard as possible. And I'm just standing there like, what the fuck? I'm just trying to get to math class. So she goes, she pees on the thing, and then she hands it to me, and I'm like, gross, I don't want to fucking touch your pee. And so, you know, we're just having a conversation, and then suddenly I slam the door into her, and she's like, what the fuck? So it was positive, and I'm like, oh, no, I just felt like doing that. And she's like, really? And I'm like, at least you know I had a real one, and so it was negative, but I hit her with the door anyway, because it was like, stop being stupid and having unprotected sex. So that's the moral of that story. Math class, same thing. Man, this is a Wendy's. You gotta watch out for the punk chicks. They're crazy and a lot of them carry box cutters. She actually did. And I don't know why the box cutter thing is true. From Madam Savvy to abortionist Savvy. I gave her a good lesson, all right? No wonder we fall behind every year. Your life sounds fun. I look back on it and I think that it's the most boring thing in the world, but like when other people tell me that I have an entertaining life, I guess that's cool. Wholesome story. Jesse, it's time, math. It's time for math. Oh man, that's the true origin of piss hands. Yeah, I got my friend's pee on me. Oh, so we go to meth class might explain a few things. It's a bad day to order Wendy's. What's the sexiest planet? Is this a fucking Uranus joke? I'm fantasizing about using your ties as earmuffs. I don't know what a tie is, but all right. No plant? Wait, what's the sexiest plant? Not planet, I'm stupid. What's the sexiest plant? This is gonna be a stupid joke, but I'm trying to think of all the nomenclature I know. I don't know. Nothing comes to mind. I need friends like Savvy. No, because then you'd never see me because friends like me don't leave the basement. You actually said meth class. No, I said math! I said math! Sailor Jupiter is hot. Lotus is good, yeah. Fictional plants count? Venus flytrap, true. Poison ivy. Cactus, yes. Those, all right, let's be real. The penis is not an attractive thing. Now, the balls, on the other hand, when you draw the balls, very soft. Like a pair of well taken care of and shaved balls has the potential to be as nice as boobs, all right? Lumi! Thank you so much for hosting. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. Holy shit. You came just in time for the balls talking. Can you please take your clothes off? Cloths off respectfully, of course. No, if I take my clothing off, then that means I'm done for the day. And I'm probably in bed. Thank you though so much, Lumi, and welcome in everybody. We are talking about the glorious lore of my life, which is just a bunch of really bad stories that should never be emulated or repeated. But now they're forever on the internet. That, and I also admitted to writing incest, which is fine. I don't. Yeah, it's fine. A pair of avocados. Neither do my wife and I. Introverts for the win. Fuck yeah. We need a palate cleanser because I was being sad about the Texas flood and oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about any of that because that would make me sad too. But yes, welcome. I've admitted to things that are probably very bad. You're a writer savvy? I am. I do enjoy my writing very much. Das Pitch, thank you so much for the 5. I don't want to touch your pee, says the hazel-eyed bum who never washes her hands. I don't touch my pee and I don't have hazel eyes. God damn it. Oh man, we got the signatures needed. It's just the red tape now. Savvy, the secret Fujo. There's nothing secret about my Fujoshi ways. Oh man. Savvy, I wrote incest, non-con, a lot of other spicy things. No, I know, and I write all of those things regularly, but I've never said it out loud on a stream before. I think that it's very obvious, especially through some of my tweets, that I obviously feel very passionately about being able to have fictitious freedom. But it's just funny to admit it. It's funny to finally say it out loud. It's just, I don't know, like being, at this point in my life, I don't care. Now, however, if somebody on the opposite side is writing rapey incest stuff, then of course, you know, you have to hold the left accountable to their own standards. And the left, of course, deems certain fictional topics non-touchable. So, savvy body pillow one. Don't know about a savvy one, eh? But I'll draw some other characters there as a body pillow. Hey. You're not getting a savvy body pillow. I don't know. No, that is going to go places that are very bad. No, the body pillow must be realistic with hazel eyes. No! The stream is obviously AI, so nothing said here can be used against her. That's true. Suka Manique is very, very true here. This is all AI. Savvy drawing me a body pillow when? We could talk. Put your money away. Do you charge for editing? I'm looking to get my manuscript edited. So I am closed for any form of commissioning. That is something that could be talked about. I could get bullied into it technically, depending on the the length of it, but we'll see. Holy shit balls. Regina Sharp, thank you so much for gifting the bush to the Kick viewers. Bless. Please enjoy the bush. There's a bush emote. I'll be bringing over the bleach emote to Kick soon. Storyborn, also thank you for the squiggly 5. Used to be a French guy who had ladies use flowers in corn as didn't like wait. Used to be a French guy who had ladies use flowers and corn, as didn't like seeing dudes. What? Are you saying you used to be a French guy? How did you escape your Frenchness? Use flowers and corn. Can you cut the corn open and hollow it out and then put a bouquet of flowers into it? It's an that's an interesting actual visual aid there. I wonder how that would translate. Would that be aesthetically pleasing? Huh. I'm interesting. I'm interesting. I'm interested. Jesus Christ. I can't talk. He eats nothing but hamburgers and lives in Walmart. Who? He realized he was actually Belgian. But that's not important right now. God damn it. They were subbing for the dude. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Hang on. I'm so fucking lost. This is why I try not to be sober, because I'm too stupid to be. Oh, God. Frenchman who turned himself American. Oh. Made a cashier laugh hysterically yesterday. I got a school-type lunchbox. The cashier was looking at me funny, so I said, you don't have to keep food in it. You can keep your weed in it. Ha! That's great. That's awesome. Stormborn just flummoxed both Savvy and Chat. Dude, I'm here for it. I've never been a French guy. That's an insult. No, I'm sorry. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You didn't start with a proper subject. So who used to be a French guy? Are we talking about my friend? What are we talking about? You can't put your weed in there. Joke's on you. You can put your weed in anything with the right attitude. Do you edit short story length or novel length? I have worked with mostly short stories. Just because I try not to spend too much time on one project. So I did like ghostwriting and things like that, but it was all for like shorter form stuff because that's just what I personally would do. So I prefer working with short length stuff over novel length. The former Japanese PM just tweeted about the Visa MasterCard situation, saying he is on it, though he is the same PM who invited BlackRock Hold up. All right. That just got me so excited. We're going to go look at that real quick. But because I'm so excited, I have to pee. And there's no toilet paper down here. So for the first time, I actually have to go upstairs because my husband took the toilet paper from down here to kill a bug because the vacuum wasn't working. So we couldn't use that. And then he didn't have a shoe nearby. And this is turning into a long story. And I'm like going to pee myself if I keep going. So give me 1 second. Here. The goose banana will share with you its wisdom. Say. Like actually say. Wisdom at them. There you go. Yeah. Damn, Goose Banana. You said no. Goose Banana said no. Goose don't give a fuck. I don't know why that happened. Okay. What are we doing? There ain't fooling nobody with the hole pretending to wipe. What? Sir, I have a bidet. I care very much about my anal health, all right? In fact, you should always use preemptive preparation H to prevent all hemorrhoids from ever forming. Oh, no. Don't worry, the chair has our back. Goose Nana, what is your wisdom? Well, it clearly wasn't sharing much. It turned away. It turned away. The hole is the goal. Leave the goose there. Probably you guys would have a better time looking at the goose instead of me. Why? Hey, Savvy, why is humiliation mind break the greatest thing in the universe? And why are cute MILF basically asking for it? Dude, I love humiliation mind break shit. Such a great trope. If you want some good ass hentai, you're always up for a good time with that. Dude, it's so fun. It's so fun. Like, I can't describe it, man. But like, imagine you're on a beach and then this hot ass MILF trips. And then you're just watching flabbergasted, and then her bottom bikini breaks, and then this other guy comes to help her, but then he falls too, and then suddenly his popsicle ends up in her ass, and then she rolls over, and she's like, oh my god, oh no. And then this other guy comes over, and he's like, oh, look at some tits. And then he starts building a sandcastle on her tits, and then it's just great from there, you know? It's just great. Goose Banana was left speechless by Savvy's revelations earlier this stream. That's pretty normal. What? What? Look, all I'm saying, if you haven't engaged in the imagery of inserting popsicles into various orifices, you aren't living and you aren't having summer fun, all right? Don't do it in the real world. It's not good. But in fiction, perfectly fine. Can we have the banana back? No. Oh, no. Sounds like to love Rue shenanigans. I don't know what that is, but that sounds amazing. Oh, man. I'm okay not living in that case. Holy shit. Please don't mention my weakness. It's hentai. Yes. Frostburn is unpleasant. It is. That's the only reason popsicles were invented. There's a reason why they are the primary shape and size. And it's for that. Sounds like you're speaking from experience. No, not from my own experience. So back to speak about my friend from high school, the one who had me slam the door on her. She was a free spirit. In fact, most of my sexual knowledge actually stemmed from her. Regardless of the fact that I did watch quite a bit of subject material for research purposes, there were things that she had done that I would have never thought to look into. That was one of them. It gets hot where I went to high school, and she was curious at a music festival. She moved her shorts to the side and engaged in popsicle shenanigans. She said, don't do it. And I said, okay. So the goth chick was the begin. Well, something like that. Did you make her a she by slamming the door? No. She was a she who needed a good door slam. So yes, your friend sounds like my favorite kind of mistake. Yes. I hope that she's doing well. Free spirit. She's something. Yes, she is something. Oh man. But yeah, so don't do it. Those words of wisdom come from her. I personally, in the real world, don't believe inserting anything other than flesh. That's just my take. And this is also coming from somebody who wanted to profit off of making dildos, which, by the way, still upset that I haven't done. Still need to actually do that, but I need more silicone to do it. Medical grade silicone is fucking expensive, and if you have no idea how to make a fucking mold, you're just screwed. So I had to learn a lot. But now I know how to make proper molds without seams, and now I just need to repurchase silicone. This has been a very enlightening stream for you guys. Just make glass ones. Glass requires so much work and investing. So what I did was I actually 3D printed the shape, and then I used the silicone. Yes. Well, either way, success or failure, making a dildo, someone is getting screwed. Yes, homemade bad dragon. I wanted to make mathematically pleasurable dildos and pussy pockets, matching pussy pockets for men and women. If you're dating a chick who isn't palming a blade during fun time, then you're not dating the right chick. What the fuck? That's the comment of the day. I gotta follow you on Twitter now. I can't miss these streams ever. God bless you. Is this what they taught you in the meth class bedroom? Oh no. That last quote, Arch, is that you? It's gotta be. Who was used as the cast for the fleshlights? So fleshlights are super easy because all you do is create a negative and then you just put a box around it or a cylinder or whatever. So you don't have to use anything. I used the power of math to actually figure out what the average ridge distance should be to maximize pleasure based off of the how receptive the nerve endings are at the vagina. When it came to balancing out that for the penis, you have to take into account pressure distribution because you want some areas to have more pressure to maximize pleasure. The real math calculations I did. So, gun-shaped sex toys. But like how you mimic the metal taste and feeling? That's something to look into. So you would need the medical grade steel to do that. And you'd have to smooth it out a lot. I'm something. Left for a minute, came back to this. Savvy talking about math behind fleshlights. Amazing. I mean, there is math. Show your formula or your BSing one day. One day I'll let you know my industry secrets. Savvy is clearly knowledgeable. I'm something. Gotta think of the role play, Savvy. I'm thinking. All I can hear is stop resisting. That, and then there's also this one yaoi I read where it was like a demon guy and then this demon hunter priest, but the priest had a gun for whatever reason. And so the demon didn't actually die. Like you could kill it, but it would regenerate. And so he would insert the gun and then pull the trigger. And then of course he'd die, but then he'd come back and then it just kind of kept happening. I was like, God damn, that's violent. I'm gonna lose my fucking YouTube channel. I'm gonna lose my YouTube channel, but all the naked house cleaners are gonna get to stay. Oh God. Also, God, we just gotta yap sometime live and just horrify more people outside of the Archcast. I agree. We need to absolutely do this. I think the only place we could truly get away with it though is on Kick. Like it would have to be a Kick exclusive. Gun-shaped sex toy that happened in Bible Black. That it did too. That it did. Bible Black was a good classic. Hey, so the oldest dildos I can think of were made of ivory. Are there even older ones with different materials? I would assume that the oldest form of dildo... Bear! My dog just broke in. And he's so proud of himself. The oldest form of dildo would probably be stone. Because before we started collecting bones or using them for anything, stones, I think, were used. But I would imagine that the stone would have been actually the first. I don't know. I'm joining Kick tomorrow. Yes, last punk chick I was with came over and smoked me up with an indica and robbed me after I passed out. That was 2005, though. Bet you learned never to let a stoner in again. Never smoke that indica with someone you don't know. This is why I follow you on Kick? Yes. Oh, man. That would be so fun, dude. It would be amazing. It would be wonderful. I knew that name was familiar. Oh, this is a day for sure. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Highly smooth stone woodwork? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That is a basic thing that people would insert smoothed wood. People still do that. Yeah, I know, Bear. That's crazy. It's crazy. You should not. I hope it goes without saying, please do not stick wood in your kuka or your pupa. Don't do it. Lumi, Kirsch, Savvy, and Gundam need to be in a stream together. Oh, God. Is your backside bigger than Melanie's? I have a very tiny ass because I sit all day. That's what the lacquer is for, Savvy. That's true. But don't stick untreated wood in your kuka or your pupa. You're not my supervisor. I'm about to be. I'm about to be. God, this is why I don't have friends, by the way. Shit like this is exactly why I don't have friends. Nobody wants to sit and listen to this shit. Light bulb? Of course a light bulb's been used before. Imagine a splinter in your... Dude, I would die. Hey, you're my friend. That's true. That is true. You and I are soul sisters. All right? We are bonded by the glory of the foot. 227 people would disagree. Savvy's queen doll. Oh, well, that's... Oh, wait. No, it's not too far. Reach. Put it in the trash can. I'm trying to be better and use trash cans. I should say normie friends. Oh, man. Yes, if you don't follow Lumi, please go follow Lumi. Holy shit. Spend long enough on the dating scene and someone will put their splinter in your cooch. It's referred to as a splinter, man. Whew. Even I would draw the line on that shit. Oh, man. It's okay because it's going in her and not me. Straight privilege. Oh, no. A splinter in here. Some people are into it. Oh, God. Go over to Luminous Cove. She's over on Kick and on YouTube, actually. So she's who hosted me. So if you could scroll up, I think you can still see the notice. I can link. Let me link a thing. Here, I'll link the Twitter. I'll link Lumi's Twitter because that'll have links to everywhere else. If you don't follow Lumi, what? Yes, that's my phone. Yes, that's not my phone number, but I'll just tell Twitter that it is. Lumi. Why can't you just come up? I'm gonna say, what the fuck's your Twitter? That took way too much effort for it to come up. Holy shit. All right, here is this. And this. Ah, see, you are over there. Lum. There. There we go. Cucumbers and zucchinis are okay because they're all natural. No, don't stick plants up your kuka either. So a woman died, but that's because she also shaved her carrots. So when you peel a carrot, sometimes you create hard edges. And in a freak twist of fate, a woman was pleasuring herself with a carrot, and it sliced the inner vaginal wall that just so happened to line up with the primary artery or some shit, and an air bubble went to her heart and killed her. This is one of the reasons why I don't believe in inserting anything other than your lover's flesh. And even then, you must do it carefully. Holy shit. No, do not stick to that. All right? 1,000 Ways to Die callback. Yes. This stream went down south fast. Yes, it did. Do not the carrot. Please do not the carrot. I just got here and that's the first thing I hear. Yes. Dr. House would be pleased with that case. I don't know about that. Yeah, what a terrible way to go. I have been actually... So I saw more sex-related horror stories that terrified me out of having sex than I did, like, pleasurable things. And that's probably why I also have a really weird relationship with, like, human, like, 3D fleshy porn. And why I typically only watch, like, hentai and shit. Like, 3D pig, 2D pure all the way. But I didn't have sex with a man until I was 22. Instructions unclear. Carrot is now stuck in urethra. Ah! How do people put anything in their pee-pee holes? I don't understand that. Like, you know, we meme about sounding because it's a funny thing to talk about. But at the end of the day, how is anybody putting anything in there? And I've written it, by the way. I've written it. I have looked up the concept of it. I have understood biologically and physically what is happening at a medical level so that way I could better write it. But why did people start doing it? Why did people put the roaches and the things in their pee-pee holes? Why? Why does two kids in a sandbox exist? Why is it labeled that? They are not children. They are not in a sandbox. They're not having sandbox activities. These are not sandbox sanctioned activities, and I am upset by it. It feels better when it does a U-turn. I don't even know what that means. I understand that there's a hole, but it's a little hole. It's a little hole that doesn't lead to any pleasure. It is the emptying container of the bladder. There is no reason for that. The tip portion and the little opening, sure, okay. But deeper down, you're not feeling anything. Never put anything in the pee-pee hole. Yeah, okay, but want to know what still horrifies me? People that use maggots. Yes, that too. Why is the maggot so sexual for some? Without the people who put stuff in their pee-pee, we wouldn't know which mushrooms are safe. Okay, true. I understand that your point. Counterpoint. If you want to taste test the mushrooms, use your mouth, not your pee-pee hole. Internet media, Disney, subliminals. I think you mean Saturn or Satan worshipping. Small hats. I don't know. So sounding engineer Fox. Every hole is a goal. I get it, but come on. What about sticking a live octopus in your puss? That is something that happens. I was doing scientific research and saw a video. Japanese women are wild. Taiwanese women are wild. Taiwanese men are wild. Japanese men and women are crazy. They will look at an eel and say, let's go. Let's go. What is this stream? I feel like I wandered into the wrong neighborhood. Well, it started with talking about serious things and then devolved into an hour-long session of me just dumping shit onto you guys. So, I'm gonna have Nightmare Savvy. This is a hell of a Monday. Look, my goal is to start your week off with information, entertainment, and something to distract you and get you through the week. I've done it. Don't worry, it can get worse. Oh, yes. Yes, it can. That is my goal, though. Worm sounding was an awfully wild rabbit hole. Yes, that is a thing that happens. God left Savvy's chat a long time ago. Yep. I blame Doomscroller over on Kick. He kind of started it. He did a little bit. Oh, man. Does that happen often? Lol, I found you through Hypnotic. Here you thought that I was just somebody who probably gave useful DEI information and put a shit ton of work into their research. No, I'm just a retarded autist who's really upset that the Democrats have decided to censor my yaoi, so I've taken to burning down the industry and exposing all of the government misspendings. All I wanted, like literally the day that I can import my Japanese yaoi completely uncensored without the use of a third party is the day that I can retire, and you will never fucking hear the fucking DEI shit from me again. Like, the day I can stop talking about it will be the happiest day of my fucking life. How fast is the stream going to be privated when it's done? I think I can leave. I'm gonna leave it up. I'm gonna leave it up, chat. Probably. The week is gonna be spicy and tiring. It's gonna be funny, actually. I don't see what the problem is. I used to take soundings from my boat all the time when I was fishing. Frantic whispering. They do. What? What? All the Fujos are banding together in a way I haven't seen in years to go against the puritanical fandom spaces. Yes, like the amount of like people getting shit on now. It's great. I love it. Finally. I just want to goon. I just want to read my plots, man. I just want to write my Wincest and I want to read my Wincest. The stream's not bad enough yet. Yes, leave it up. I probably will. I hate how DEI fucked the Western entertainment industry. Not to get you started. No. I mean, I've already rambled about it, and my whole Twitter's all about that. So, it's fine. You're just preaching to the choir. But yeah, no, it's really sad. It's really sad. I think the thing that gets me the most is these globalizers who are like, oh, you have to take into account the global audience. So you have to censor everything for me. Because if you took into account the global audience, you would actually be wanting to censor based off of the strictest country's censorship. So who has the strictest censorship? It's a 50-50 toss-up. I'll let chat guess. I'll let you guys guess. And then I'll let you know. Yes. Asia. You're getting very close with that one because of the places that are considered Asia. Actually, North Korea, though they do have censorship, they have egregious censorship. I actually don't know if their censorship outdoes what I'm thinking. I'll have to actually look. That's a really good thing. I didn't even consider North Korea. I consider that to be like their own. I don't even think that they get any form of entertainment. The lolly conversations on X have been funny to read. Oh, it's insane. Japan is by no means the most egregious in terms of censorship. China's pretty bad, but it's actually not the most egregious. The Near East. We're getting closer. Yes. Very sandy area. Very sandy areas that do some pretty spicy censorship. Can't show women at all. Could not show a woman at all. At least in North Korea, you can show a woman. There we go. Now we're getting close. There we go. I see it. I see it. I see it. Yeah. But that's just in talking terms of actual, no women based. I wish. Safi, why do you like yaoi so much? Because there's no women involved. Now suddenly everything makes sense. I genuinely get frustrated if women do talk in a scene for more than like a minute and a half at a time. Oh, man. Speaking about gooning, I wonder if Melanie would ever come back to Tuesday Night Main Event. I would love for someone to ask her the questions, since she never actually answered it as far as I know, and finally hear it. Well, so here's the thing about pro-censorship people. Unfortunately, they never answer any questions because the minute that they have to think beyond the self, they can't do it. I personally don't think that she'll ever go back or want to interact with any of them or even potentially me, because she knows that would happen. And anybody who has to explain their position, well, they can't. They can't. So that's why she does very controlled environments. That's why every pro-censorship person does controlled environments, because just the most innocent of questions of, hey, who's going to enforce this? Where's the line in the sand? They can't answer that, because why is it based off of her beliefs instead of, say, my very pious grandmother, my late grandmother? So who knows? Saw the There Is No Epstein List and thought I might give it to people since I have it. Wouldn't that be cool if you did? Never trusted him. Question. What is the difference between The Last Descendant and the other game? I actually agree with her on principle, but this really bugs to this very day. What is the difference between The Last Descendant and the other game? I actually agree. I'm assuming you're asking about Stellar Blade, Eve versus the First Descendant, and the dancing selective clothing and the player controlled camera. And the answer to that is there is none. She just got a little too big for her britches and made a big oopsie. And then had to double down, because the moment that apparently you admit that you're wrong, you will lose everything. Your follower count will go to 0. Nobody will watch you if you admit that you were wrong about anything. If you admit that you may have overreacted, You will then get put into content creator jail, actually, for about 10 years. Nobody will hear from you. You will not gain access to a selfie camera. And as we all know, the influencer generally dies a very slow and painful death if that happens. Your wife gave you permission to be a gooner, so Melanie can go somewhere with that anti-sexy stuff. Exactly. Everybody's a gooner at heart. Everybody's a gooner at heart. When I found out hot Middle Eastern women would wear miniskirts before we fucked with Iran's government and extremists filled the power vacuum with hijabs. A great loss for us all. If you ever look at the historical, or it's not even historical, just the actual culture of what the Middle East was before America got involved, if you look at the clothing styles and the beautiful craftsmanship, holy fuck, the entire world has actually had that kind of beauty and creativity taken from it. I cannot stand what's become of some of these places. It's truly sad. So some of the original clothing that they used to wear, some people still argue that, oh, well, you know, there's still head coverings. And it's like, well, it's not done with the same intent because there was so much beauty to it. They took pride in their designs. They were, you know, embellished and colorful and adorned with gems and beads and so pretty. Holy shit. I mean, the women are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous too if you look at some of the old photos. And I think that that's all really sad. And I hope one day that they can return to that. So it's sad seeing so much of the culture in museums get wiped, a loss to humanity. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So sad. So tragic. Farming with Ultimate Bunny and the First Descendant was fun. I never even played the game. I heard people said the farming loops got boring quickly, and for me, if the farming loop is boring, there's nothing that's gonna save it. Like, if a farming loop is boring, I'm just gonna go straight back to Black Desert, and I swear I'd never play that again because I get too obsessed. It's a great game, but the fucker in Iran goes back well before U.S. intervention. Yeah, I know that it's a long-standing problem, but America certainly did not help it. We did not help anything. We like put them over the edge for like the point of no return, basically. A lot of them are thick, yes. So many with that I know it when I see it belief don't have the ability to explain why or when something crosses their indefinable line. Exactly, and it's just stupid. It's dumb. Like, I'll defend the shit out of stuff that I don't like in fiction because I want to have the things that I do like. Is Black Desert free still to play? I would assume so. I would assume so. I don't think that they would have changed that. I know it's still popular. Can I interest you in some Warframe, madam? I actually did play. I played. I usually play for about 3 months at a time. I get hyper obsessed with it, and then I drop it for a few years, so I go back every few years. I think once a Varuna Prime comes out, I'll definitely get back on the grind. So, Black Desert is still free. Yeah. The Queen of Spades mod thing outed a lot more grifters for sure. Oh my god, it really fucking did. That was so stupid. Holy shit. I'm glad that it keeps outing people and that they can't understand the concept of, hey, you don't have to install this mod. Like, holy shit. I hope they never go look at the Sims mod list because whoo-wee. Woo! Woo-wee! We need an ARC server so we can build Savvy a dildo house. What? I love the dildos. They're great. So actually, fun fact, I did buy ARC, the remastered version. Wow, it's still as buggy as the original. But it was a good fun time with my husband for the little bit that he played. And I actually would not mind doing an ARC server with viewers. That could just be like a free thing or something, or something for members just to keep like trolls and saboteurs out of the way. So I'll look into that maybe, and maybe we'll do some polls or something if people want to play. And we could probably do a couple of streams with that. It'd be cool to get back to my roots. I don't get the appeal of dildos. Oh, I don't either. I really don't. I bet they never touched the corruption tag. Probably not. Sims is where gooners dwell. The real gooners live in those basements. Yeah, they do. Holy shit. Man, I wish The Sims 4 was at least playable with all the stuff. Like, don't get me started on Sims 4. Sims mods are high. Found out that my mom is a real sicko. Yep. Savvy Archage? Did you ever play it? It's the first MMO I ever played because of the girl I was with at the time. Oh, no, but I think I remember a friend who might have. I did not play that. How soon you think Inzoi will have Wicked Whim style mod? Does it not already? Is it easy to mod now? But if it doesn't have yeah, I was gonna say, like, it should have been out. Yeah, after the 3rd day, I was gonna say it should have been out probably like day one. I don't know. Then the hackers came. Man, hackers ruin everything. Or they make it really fun. It depends. Like, hackers back in Command and Conquer days for the online lobbies, that shit was fun. I was fine with that because they did some funny stuff. But there's some other games. Forget about it. Forget about it. Also, speaking of games, I did buy a couple games. One of them was Chill Aquarium. Such good music. Such good looping music. Because I thought that it would make a really cool background, though, for some stuff. So I'll probably have I'll do something fun. So we'll have Chill Aquarium and some pixel fishies in the background. Sounds like modders and hackers. Oh, no, they were still hackers. You have opinions about Bungie. Fuck Bungie. Fuck Deej. He banned me 7 times back in the original Destiny days. I got into 7 Days to Die recently, and I love the game. That's a good one. That's an oldie but a goodie. I want to check out Project Zomboid, I think it's called. That was a popular one too back in the day, but occasionally I would watch the videos from what's his bucket? Amphibian. A big YouTuber who uses the green lizard. Has a great voice for just droning. 2.0 came out? Oh shit, seriously? They had like the actual major update. Oh shit. That's awesome. 7 Days to Die is scary as hell. It's some good shit. It's some good shit. I'm talking about pre-order Wu-Chang before I finally tackle the DLC for Lies of Pi. And people really like Lies of Pi, for sure. I remember StarCraft lobbies where someone forgot they were playing online and typed in the cheat codes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I miss that stuff so much. Zomboid is a good game, but it can spiral out of control very quickly if you're not careful, and that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. RimWorld. RimWorld is their next mod is, or not mod, Jesus Christ, expansion is coming out in a few days. Let me get the day for that. That's gonna be a big deal for me. Holy shit, I have so many fucking DMs. What the fuck? Oh, I said I went to the bathroom to go look, and then when we get back, I'd look at the thing. You know what? I'll probably just actually write a post about it. Why is Hassan trending? Just planning to go after Hassan for, and says, malicious fault. Well, it's not. I mean, people are being very silly. What did I say I was gonna look for? Oh, right. RimWorld. Odyssey release. What day does it come out on? Set to release on the 11th. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You're my second favorite white lady, my wife being the first. Good answer. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. We'll play non-modded RimWorld. We will do a non-modded stream, and then I'll start working on a mod list, and then we will play a beautiful playthrough of that. And I'm so excited. Star Trek was her fanfic. Klingon or Ferengi fanfic. Oh, dude, how can you ever go wrong with a good Klingon? Do you like OG Star Wars or Star Wars in general? I did. I loved it because my dad loved it, and I preferred Star Trek. So I would lovingly make fun of Star Wars because I always felt that it was inferior to Star Trek because Star Trek I think tackled more subject matter because of obviously the style of storytelling. So I really liked that because I liked the idea of seeing more than just one story, right? But overall, I loved Star Wars, really, really got into it. Like right before the trilogy, the stupid Rey and fucking big tall man got released, and then that shit went downhill, and then everything since has just been going downhill. So now I kind of like resent it in a way, but I'm happy. I still love the memories, but goddamn, does it have a sour taste in my mouth? You know, Star Trek was way better character. So it had better character development, but it also had Data. I love Data. Right? Oh man. The Disney sequel poop. As soon as Disney gets their talons on something, it just goes downhill. And that's so sad because Disney once inspired me. I got trolled by a husband and wife who were hacking on GTA 5, so I casually said how cool it was that the wife was still talking to her ex. I hit bullseye because she got awkward quiet. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Data's a cutie, yeah. Data was so cute. I loved the concept. That actually was one of the biggest inspirations for me getting into writing characters who obsessed over what it was to be human, because I liked the way that Data explored humanity and the way that an android perceived humans. And so when they would get Data's opinion on something, I just thought it was the most fascinating thing in the world. So in all of my series and everything that I write, there's always some sort of question of morality or humanity. But I have one particular story, it's sci-fi oriented, where it actually focuses on that. And these two characters who aren't technically human have constant back and forths on what it means to be human. The one of them believes that because they are an advanced version of humans, that humans now have no reason to live, whereas the other one believes in preserving humanity and actually obliterating them because they are abominations to what humans should be considered. So I think it's very fun. I think all of that's really, really fun. But I don't know. Data and also 709. Yes! Yes. Loved her too. She was so cool. No, I don't want reboots. I don't want. Data and Borg dynamic was good. So good. Oh, fuck. That was arousing, dude. I wish Data got to be, like, way more involved with the Queen instead of, obviously, main character. But it's fine. It's fine. It was great when they were, though. Oh, fuck. Oh, good. Perf. Like, man, I call great stories arousing or whatever they are. Have watched Strange New World Star Trek. I watched season 1. I liked the potential, but then it went really downhill, and now it's just an embarrassment. When they first showed up, Data one-shotted the Borg. He's great. I can only imagine the things that arouse Sappy. It gets weird, yeah. It gets weird. You saw Firefly for the first time recently. It was great. It's a shame it never got a second season. A lot of people get upset by that, yeah. You don't have to. She tells us. That's true. I really do. Oh, no. So Ghost in the Shell. Also a classic. Dude, there's so many good classics. You guys are giving me the nostalgia boners now. Oh, no. I love it how, like, the end of stream is just sitting here shooting the shit. Like, this is, like, my favorite part. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. I love talking about the news and topics, but, like, just getting to just talk about stupid stuff with you guys is honestly, like, the highlight. I love this. Have you seen the previews of the new Ghost in the Shell? Well, I saw previews recently of an anime reboot that actually respected the original art style, and I can't remember if that was Ghost in the Shell or if that was for something else. I want to say that it was. Heavy's junk confirmed. Of course I do. I got exposed for being a gay man obsessed with Japanese anime titties. You can tell with energy you gained in the last hour. Yeah, I mean, because it's like I don't want to just deliver bad news. I want to have a good time. Check out the eruption going on at the Luatobi volcano. It's big. Wait. What's happening at the volcano eruption. Indonesia's Mount Luatobi Laki-Laki erupts. Ash cloud reaches 11 miles. That's 8 hours ago. Are the people okay? Iran's dormant volcano is on the verge of eruption as of 2 hours. What? Is that different? That's a different volcano. Why are they trying to clickbait that shit? Holy shit, the pictures. Okay, before I make any comments, let me just make sure. Has anyone... volcano... Hang on. Luatobi deaths. Let me just make sure there's no deaths before I say something. Is that? Wait. Oh, shit. Okay. At least 9 people were killed and dozens injured. The volcano erupted in November of last year, with the latest eruption sending a large ash cloud 11 miles into the sky. Well, there were no immediate reports of casualties from the latest eruption. Okay, so previously people have died. Today, no. Here's a YouTube video. I'm just previewing it really quickly because I don't want anything bad to be shown, obviously. So here's this. Holy shit. So the thing that I was getting on before, I wasn't going to make a joke or anything, but I just want to say, like, I don't want to be insensitive, obviously. Like, natural disasters are a terrible thing, but there is something absolutely incredible and, like, it draws forth a spring of respect almost for the absolute destructive nature of these types of things, right? Like, nature is so beautiful and so terrifying at the same time. But this cloud, like this formation is just like fucking wow. Like, these are things that most people don't get to see, right? And so obviously terrifying, but also just fascinating. Fascinating in such a dark way, you know? Yeah, we've recently then that's very different. I don't think that there's anything obviously beautiful about a flood, but there is something that does just make you very aware of how small and weak humans are with that, so. Yeah, it was awe-striking. Yeah, it's awe-striking and scary. Exactly. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. You get the nuke cloud from some eruptions. Yeah, and some large enough conventional explosions. Exactly. It's fucking like incredible, but not in like the positive incredible sense. Just like in the actual awe-inspiring term of it. So I just didn't want to be insensitive if a bunch of people had died and then say something like, "Oh my God, you know, like this is terrible," but whatever. So I just want to be respectful of that. So yes. Ooh. As we transition though from the ever terrible to let me see here. I gotta do a media source thing here. Boop. I need to program this that way it pops up by itself. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. We got sponsors on screen now. Use code SAVVY for Meta PC. Now, of course, after talking about natural disasters, of course, the best time to plug all the sponsors. And of course, you can use code SAVVY for 10% off at the Dragon's Treasure. Get yourself some tea. I actually just purchased another $30, $40 worth of tea because I need more tea. And I'm going to end up re-upping even more because I drink so much tea in a day. Look at you doing things. Look at me. I can't take credit for it. I didn't make it. I just put it on there. But I'm going to make my own version. Timing. Yes, exactly. But I'd say that this is probably a good place to finally end stream. I've been rambling, and before I confess to you more terrible things of which I've done, I'm going to go draw now for the rest of the day, so that way I can draw some shiny, glossy balls. Actually, no, I'm going to draw some cute shit, I think. So, wow, look at Savvy, shilling like a good YouTuber. Look at me! I'm trying to remember to be better about it. Get a cup of liberty! And list now for Super Earth. That's actually really cute. Thank you! So much. Holy shit, Regina, for gifting another 5 on Kick. You are literally fucking amazing. You are the Bush queen. You are the Bush god. You are the Bush distributor. You are the keeper of Bush. Can I give you like your own personal title? Is that something that I can actually do? I don't know if I can, but I'm going to figure it out. And thank you so much for gifting 5 on YouTube as well. Holy shit, you seriously go above and beyond. I really appreciate that. Everybody say thank you to the Bush Giver. This is the mighty Bush Giver who distributes all the bush for all the underserved individuals of YouTube. You could do MVP on Kick. Ooh, very cool. I'll have to look at that. Hope you dream of a bunch of naked men. You know, I usually just dream of my husband and Pokemon. Oh god, not at the same time doing, fuck, all right, well that's terrible. Now you guys are gonna take that the wrong way. Oh wow, I just found a game called Wildlife, an adult RPG, looks good. Is there bush? Phrasing! Yes. Yes, my phrasing is terrible, but it's fine. I didn't mean that, it's not supposed to. Oh god. On that note, I'm leaving now. Thank you guys so much for being here, for all of the love, for helping me, of course. For the next few days, we have the Philip Grief Fund. Obviously, we have the beautiful, finely crafted mini refrigerator that is on its way that Philip would have wanted me to have. But if you really want to stick it to Pokimane, and instead of buying her shitty overpriced cookies, tell that salamander kicker to shove it and support a victim of salamander hate today. Because Pokimane gave me turbo AIDS after spitting in my mouth and kicked my my dear salamander dead to death. So thank you, everybody. I hope that you had a good time. Thank you so much. And at the end of this goal, you guys can bully me into watching the salamander, which is what's going to happen. So we'll do a whole review on that. I will not have, we have the stream tomorrow, Tuesday night main event. And Wednesday, I'm going out with my mother for her birthday. So I will most likely not stream Wednesday. I might stream Thursday. And then Friday, I'm going out with both my parents because we'll be celebrating both of their birthdays together. And then Saturday is going to be hit or miss. And then Sunday, I'm shooting for an art stream. Please enjoy. How much did Pokimane charge for that service? She sent me a bill for $300. I was confused. I never paid it. I have an outstanding balance with Pokimane. Okay. I love you all very much. Have a glorious week. Good day. Good day. Goodbye. I am trying to find the buttons. And broadcast.